He's mine, so he's allowed. But.
Yeah, but he's like something teen.
I'm 17.
Don't say it out loud, dummy.
Oh,
I was being vague.
something teen.
He's trying to play dumb, and you're winning.
All right.
He missed my point.
He did.
Wow.
Probably went over my
How does
head.
anything go over your head when you're that tall?
Nothing goes over.
I'm not
With
that.
a hat like that, you could definitely make sure to take someone like you seriously.
What, the gambling hat?
Yep. According to the
Idiot.
Coalition of Peoples of Color, people of Slavic descent are considered people of color.
Sure.
I don't make the rules. I just benefit from
Where
them.
were you born?
No, what I was going to say is I'm on the 2nd year anniversary of not falling down the stairs.
Yo! Fucking gravity.
You want to see the bruise on my butt from falling down the stairs?
Yes.
I
yes,
don't.
we do.
No, I mean, maybe, but no, like.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
So once again, this is
Not
take
that
2. This is our second take with the actual record button push. Thank God I was only 1.5 minutes into the Now You Made It Awkward podcast New Year's Eve special here, live from the Chidey house. So thanks to Chad over here.
You're welcome.
Yep. To I mean, we're barely registering there on the mic, but that's okay. You can tilt it towards you if you want to lean back or scooch up just slightly.
There, is that better for you?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
Because I can see you registering over there. But either way, this is going to be kind of a shit show. So we'll see what happens. We've only just started drinking a little bit, but unfortunately, Heffy over here
What's up, buddy?
does have to work tomorrow, so he has to pace himself a little bit
7
more.
p.m.
Yes, but you're
You still have
already
to work.
you're-
Oh, I got texted at work last night. Says, "Hey, can you cover?" I said, "Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be sober, but I'll probably be hungover and grumpy as shit." He said, "I don't care."
I mean, that is kind of the norm, anyways.
Yeah.
So what he said was, "I'll be at work and I'll be normal." Either way. So, of course, I am Shoky. You can follow me at all the Shoky-related links down below. And if you want the full, uncut shit show version of this podcast, if it even comes to light at all, well, I mean, hit the button this time, so it better. You can do so on the Shoky Patreon. There will be no video for this because, well, I didn't feel
We
like
didn't bring
bringing
cameras.
my entire setup to someone else's house. I only built a travel case for the rest of the podcast equipment. But with me here tonight is, of course, Heffy.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
You can follow him at Grounded and Grumpy on the Instagram.
On the
You-
Instagram, yeah.
You should probably take a picture of this right now to post on your Instagram.
You know, that's a good idea.
It's a good idea, probably.
Chad will help out.
Yeah, Chad can do that. Just shoot
Be
it
the
over to
cameraman
the.
for now.
Yeah, there you go. And hi, everybody. Oh, hand me my hat over there. I don't want my bald spot
All right,
showing.
take 2.
I don't need my hair, my bald spot gleaming.
Yes,
in
I
the light.
know. The record's on. I know. I get it now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go, gentlemen.
There we go.
All right. And what was the other thing? Okay. I do have visitor.
Hello.
We have a Luke over here.
Lucas is my son.
Yes, he could have introduced himself.
He could have. Hey, Luke.
Yeah, I'm Luke. I'm Hefe's offspring.
He's Hefe 2, the Revenge.
I'm his #1 swimmer.
There you go.
I'd say,
First victory.
no, I'd say probably number 5.
Yeah,
You're-
fuck
you're-
you too, Kevin.
You're just the one that you just sort of made it in there. It's okay. Look, I was an
All right.
accident too.
Yeah. Oh.
With us also.
Look, we've heard about the story of your conception.
No, yeah, Roger Kreger.
Yeah, Roger
Yeah.
Prager, and how he literally went to another country to shoot at people before he knew you were even.
basically told your mom, "Hey, I'll be gone for a year. Here's something to do."
Yeah, here's something to do. Here's a tiny child. And of course, like I already mentioned, we got Chad over here.
How's it
Friend
going?
friend of the family, friend of the podcast.
Yes. And all the parties we tend to have over here. This is our first New Year's.
First
So,
New Year's here.
I would like to say, I would like to give a tiny shout out to my cousin Charlie, who did call me while I was at work today and said, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" I'm like, "We got plans." And he's like, "Oh." Because we normally hang out with them, but hello, who calls someone on New Year's Eve to come over for New Year's
Exactly.
Eve? We've had this planned since middle of November.
Yeah, weeks.
At least weeks, you know.
I called Chad up and was like, "Hey, when's the next Tuesday we both have free, and when's a good time to do anything where the kids are going to be off?" And he went, "Well, our only option's New Year's Eve.
I mean, it's a Tuesday and everyone's off.
The only day I have off."
Well, correction, not everyone's off. I did have a really shitty day at work today.
Yeah,
I've had to work, but I will say, I technically got double time and a half today.
But you bitched about it the entire time.
Of course, because I
That's
didn't
the
want to
whole
do it
purpose
at
of work,
all.
isn't it? You bitch about it. You even I own my own company.
I mean, I
can
bitch about it
if I
until
want.
next Friday when I get paid.
Yes.
And then it starts all over again, just a vicious cycle.
Correct. It definitely does do that. So the part I didn't think through, of course, was that we do have a message from our good friend Sean.
We do.
But I'm the only one who can hear it unless I play it through my phone, not through the Bluetooth. which
Let's go for that so
I
we
could
can all
probably
participate.
manage that because I did not consider. I'll just hold it up to the microphone so everyone else can hear. But in the meantime, I need to disconnect
I'm
my
hoping it's
Bluetooth.
not a 2.5 minute diatribe.
It is not. It is only 45 seconds.
Hey, excellent.
Though, if they want to message the show, where can they do it?
They can do it at our Facebook page at Now You Made It Awkward Podcast on Facebook. Happy to send us a message. Hit us with a video text.
Please don't send a video. Please, no unsolicited video.
Kevin wants to see all your video.
Look, I got enough messages from fake meta people last month. I don't want video from
After you send your
goobers.
first message, you can then tag the microphone icon and send us a voice message.
Correct. So
And that's what Sean does every week.
yes. And of course, if you want to write in much longer messages, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail at gmail.com, which we did confirm.
We confirmed works.
It does work, but nobody writes in
No,
anymore.
nobody.
There used to be people who wrote in, and then I offended them, apparently.
Oh, good job. Yeah.
It wasn't my fault. I mean, we were having a political discussion, and they got all their
They got
panties
butthurt.
Oh,
He got his panties in.
As I
blood.
like to say, they have every right in the world to be wrong.
Yeah, you're allowed to be wrong. Just let us laugh at you for it. But actually, the other guy who wrote in all the time was Jay, and basically his life got insanely busy after both his parents died back to back, and he had to get a full-time job and figure out how to live life on his own,
Oh,
all in like a 3-month span.
and how old was he when this happened?
He's a little bit younger than us.
And it took him that long to start getting the shit squared away?
Not everyone's life is the same. I mean, Luke's going to live with you until he's 28.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
doubt it.
not.
I see that kid skating and gone as soon as he can.
Look, you have a barn.
We have a barn, but he's going to be stubborn and independent just like I was.
I mean-
and I see him stepping out on his own volition, doing his own thing.
As long as he's not blowing up Suburbans.
I already did that once. So don't blame
hold
me.
on. We'll get to this because you're here and I
All
can
right,
ask
damn.
you. But let's play Sean's. let's play Sean's question first, and let's make sure I get it in.
See if it works. Take one.
Yes.
Message for the pod. Well, boys, it's been a hell of a 2024. What a shit show that was.
He's drunk already.
Okay, well,
He doesn't drink.
here's my New Year's resolution. I'm going to be the same fucking asshole next year that I was this year. Don't expect much different. The only thing different you're getting today is less traffic noise because I'm at home and not on the highway dying.
He told you.
I hope you fellas and everybody out there have a good one. Don't do anything stupid. Definitely don't do anything I would do. And appreciate the good
would.
time, the good listens. And let's try to have a little bit more laughs next year than we did last year.
I mean, technically, we laugh pretty good.
We laugh all the time, whether
Yeah.
anyone else thinks it's funny or not.
Yeah, but it is good, though. I mean, they have been through hell. I mean, his mom had a stroke and a heart attack, and they thought that she was going to die. She had to basically learn how to be human again. His dad got a little bit sick, and then his woman's dad and sister got severe cancer at the same time. It was a second or third go-around for her. It was the first time for him. And then immediately spread from his lungs into his brain, into his stomach. And then same basically for her. It went from breast cancer to liver to brain all at the same time. And then so they thought she was going to die first on, good thing is she's still around. But dad, on the other hand, Mike, his funeral is, I think he said Monday or Tuesday.
My God, how long of this in the span of what?
This year.
Just all-
This year.
This year.
That is rough on one person to.
Yeah. And it happened
Yeah,
to
it does.
one family.
Compounded with the stresses with his job, employer, everything else going
Yeah.
on.
That is really
no
rough.
stress at all.
He's just
Nothing.
getting beaten
Yeah.
down left
And,
and right.
and Sean is wanting to get out on his own finally. Like he used to be in the oil field and stuff like that for like years when he was single, when it's much easier to do that job. And then he's a body guy, so he loves doing body work. So he gets on with a guy, and he's been working with him for 8 years. It's like the small town shop. It's the shop everyone.
And they do everything, restorations, just regular mechanic work.
He does that. He does the restoration
Okay.
and mechanic work. But because on his own, his dad has a shop in the backyard, so they do that kind of stuff. So he'll take on major restorations and like resto mods from individuals.
Yeah, he sent me pictures of his engine he's working on. I think it's a 575 big block.
I don't think it's 575. It's a big one, but it's not that. It's a big old Ford because he's going to put it in a truck.
Like a 490.
It's pretty big. Yeah, I think it was 490 base, and then they bored and stroked. And
Proud of you. Pretty good.
because the earlier this year was the saga of his intake. So he got it rough. It was rough cast to begin with, and he sent it to a guy in California to get it polished because he was the best person who could polish it. Turns out that guy was actually in Mexico, and so he had it shipped to a UPS store, effectively right on the border. His dad would go across for business, pick up his work, take it back across the border. He'd do it in his shop. We joked on the floor in chanclas, basically just sanding away metal on his lap. And then he'd bring it back. So that's why he was cheaper than literally everyone else. But he did good work. So Sean actually gets this intake back. It looks fantastic, except for one tiny spot, which is probably a casting problem. A little void.
Yeah.
Just a tiny little void in the aluminum. So he tries to buff it. Fucks the whole thing up. And then ends up refilling and repolishing it himself by hand. And because he's an idiot, Sean's an idiot, he sanded this thing with no mask, breathing in aluminum dust for 2 days, and wondered why he was coughing up blood the next day. Love Sean, but he's a moron.
I did those aluminum
Happy New Year's.
Eagle wheels on the dually by hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wet sanded.
Yes, but you were wet sanding.
Exactly.
And you were sitting there with buffing sticks.
I started at 400, went up to 1500, went all the way to 16,000 grit. With a micro mesh system, and that took me about 9 hours of an 11-hour shift at work, just sitting there going.
Yeah, he was.
And
sitting
he
in
also
the
did it
igloo.
on the wrong side.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Damn.
So wait, you polished the
You
inside of
polished the
rim?
back wheels. And
On
you
the wrong
polished,
side?
Yes.
Damn.
You,
No wonder they didn't take as long.
yeah.
Oh well.
Damn, Jeff. Well, you were doing it in the dark in a parking lot.
Touche.
See, I find this
Tucci.
excuse. Hey, look here. We ain't gonna talk about Tucci's.
I said, dude.
What's your favorite Tucci? I like Stanley. Look, dad jokes, okay? Uncle jokes, really.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not a
You're
dad.
not dad yet.
I'm not a dad yet, so it's just uncle jokes. Technically, we have another visitor in the room, but she's being shy right now.
There's Candida.
It's Candida over there in the corner.
She just waved, but you can't see her.
She waved. Wave louder.
Hello.
There you go.
There you go.
Guys, she did that with her hand.
That's very impressive.
Yes, she's like Carmen. What was the hand on in South Park?
Kermit?
Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh.
Taco flavored kisses.
He's going to go, and he's asking if you want to take his spot.
I need to go check on the other guests right quick.
Oh.
He wants to go be a good host for a minute. Yes, because there is technically a party with many other people in the other room playing video games.
Yep.
Jessica's in there playing video games.
Yep.
Like,
She's in there playing, having fun.
She's kicking butt. She beat Kate's butt.
I mean, they're playing Super Nintendo games effectively. So I mean,
Kate got mad.
Well, Heidi was whooping Kate's butt.
Yeah, she did. It was pretty funny, actually.
Well, we're the old arcade era, you know?
Yeah.
oh, sudden Jenna is sudden. Hi, Jenna. She's looking for Luke in all the wrong places.
I'm not.
Acopado.
Okay, so since he's here, also say hi, Candida.
Hello.
She's our resident, what would we call her?
I have no clue.
Okay.
Lesbian?
I was going to
That's
use a
probably the
funnier,
best
more
you could use.
mean term, but
Carpet
I don't
muncher?
mind.
vegetarian.
There we go. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There you
I'll
go.
go with that one.
So you've got socials and you've got your own little following and things. So if you want to plug anything, go ahead. Instagram.
What is my
whatever.
Instagram?
I don't know.
I don't even
follow
know
your
what my
Facebook.
Instagram is. What is my Instagram?
Yeah, because you post all the things. Like whenever y'all go out to eat, all the different street fairs or parades. Good
Yeah,
Lord. How many
I was-
parades have you gone to in the last 2 months? 5?
Yeah, a
It looked
lot.
like 5.
I don't stay home. Life is too short to stay home and not enjoy it. What am I?
I'm such a homebody. I don't understand.
Oh, okay. So I'm Candida _ left of Paris.
Left of Paris. Okay.
Yeah, that's my big. And then that's my TikTok too.
Oh, yes, very much. Yes, you are a
Yeah,
TikToker
I
as
do a
well.
lot of
Oh,
TikToks.
Technically our first TikToker on the show.
Nice.
I had to think about this. Yeah, we haven't had any other. Even with all my other
I should
friends
put
who do
some on
things.
my. My TikTok is good though. Like it can't have cussing, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
I mean, we have bleeps.
Well, I mean that's I'm
We
just
don't-
saying I'm just saying if I recorded for the TikTok.
We have the ability.
We would be clean. We know how.
Okay. No, I'm not complaining. I am not telling you how to do yours. I'm just saying my socials are generally
Well,
because I have to be careful because my job.
Yeah.
That's the main.
see, the
reason.
good news is I can't also tell where I work because I can also be fired.
Yeah.
So I talk about work in vagaries,
Yeah.
and like I can complain in a very vague way about stuff that's going on, but things
And
like
usually
that.
I screw it up and he has to edit.
Yeah, but you have a more important job than I do. So it's,
Oh no, everybody's jobs are important. Seriously.
now I've seen a lot of people with very unimportant jobs.
I think all jobs.
They're good people, but their jobs aren't.
Anybody
super
that works
important.
for the IRS, yeah.
Those people, most government workers.
Oh,
That's
some-
about to get chipped away.
There are
Yeah.
necessary government workers, and then there's about 90,000 that are completely unnecessary.
Most of them are on.
Most work in the IRS and the
most of them
ATF.
are on committees and stuff like that that are just completely pointless.
They're not technically employees.
Yeah, but
how about
there's-
that lady from Dallas?
Which one?
The one that was like in the dementia ward or whatever, and she's like a
Yes,
congressperson.
the congresswoman.
She's
who-
like
Yeah.
80 something.
And not only is she a congresswoman, she's like the
And she's been out
the
of
chair-
Congress
She's
for
a
like
chair of-
the
certain
chair
committee.
of like appropriations, like
And she's been
appropriations.
missing for 6 freaking months.
That's the craziest.
6 freaking months. And
that
then they
one's
discovered
crazy.
her in a dementia ward somewhere.
That's theft. That's theft.
How do you not? There's no way her aides didn't know. But that means her aides have been covering for her for 6 months.
And then has there been voting and all that? So she just
It's
that's an
happened.
absentia.
Yeah.
That means she probably got voted in again, right?
right.
Even though being 100% absent.
I mean, appropriations is huge though. So I mean, you can sleep anything under the table because
That is usually how they do it.
yeah, pork barrel.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, we try not to get into
I really
politics
wanted-
Sorry,
too
my
much.
bad.
but
No, we've been talking since the election this year.
we
We've
do,
been
but
talking
we
a
tend
lot
to
of
pull
politics.
ourselves back from where we'd normally be.
I get it.
He's lying. I mean, we did talk about Trump quite a lot
yeah,
for like. I mean, there was a lot to talk about.
Oh,
This
yeah.
this
I mean,
year
that's just-
specifically was so much to talk about. But then we talked about like the Congress stuff. We never even got around because we haven't recorded since the government shutdown was happening.
Mhm.
You know, because we did our last show like a week and a half ago,
Oh, yeah.
double recorded. So like the government shutdown that was gonna happen and then didn't really happen, unfortunately. Remember that one year we did get a government shutdown and they were like gone for like 4 months and it was glorious.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And remember how the world didn't fall apart?
and nothing bad happened.
true.
Yeah,
People still got their benefits. Other jobs still functioned. The parks, well, nobody visited them. So, I mean, there was that.
Yeah.
But, you know, because, I mean, there's like very few things that are actually affected by government shutdown, but they pretend
that's
Like,
gonna be the end of the world.
that literally
Chaos is gonna ensue.
like the red lights won't work. I was like, okay, what? And it's like, no, everything functions fine because we all function off of local government, which is not shutting down. But we all like to believe that the federal government is in our daily life. Well, I mean, thanks to this, they are, but, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I think down here, especially where we live, we are insulated from 90% of all the bad stuff that happens with big government.
Yeah.
We are
Well,
so
we're on the forefront of the worst thing that the big government has screwed up in the last few years.
true, but
We do have a front
but
row
as
seat
far
to
as
that.
all the we're as Texans, we're just self-sufficient anyway.
That's
We make do. We push through. We
We're building a wall
adapt
on
and
the wrong side.
overcome. Exactly.
We need a wall off Louisiana and Oklahoma, and we'll be good.
I keep Louisiana. I like those guys.
Okay, a little bit, like 3 miles in.
I don't know. I was
then
in
we
Lake
put-
Charles. I saw some fucked up shit.
That's why I'm saying let them have Lake Charles.
I drove down.
We
to
need
Lake,
some casinos.
I took the wagon down to Lake Charles to pick up Lucas, a bareback Bronco rig.
Oh yeah.
And when I met the dude there, he come out looking like a mosquito looking SOB.
Ooh.
We were leaning on his truck
Straight out the
talking for
swamp.
a bit. His girlfriend, who he introduced as his old lady, comes out of Burger
That's my
King
old
where she
lady.
works with a Burger King cup, opens his cooler, pours in 2 beers, closes said cup, and goes back to work.
Oh, wow.
Damn, that's a,
Yeah, I'm in Lake Charles.
that's a big damn cup that holds 2 whole beers.
That was a big 32 ounce.
The Drake 32s, which
Yeah.
are probably closer to 40.
But I was
Add
just
ice.
like, yep, I know where I am.
So speaking of Lucas, I keep trying to bring it up, but keep sidetracking. How did you blow up the fucking Suburban?
Okay.
Please tell me.
I wasn't there, Lucas. Talk us
Alright.
through it, bud.
It was
And you're not allowed to. correct
already
the
pretty
story.
late at
I
night.
wasn't there. I can't.
I know.
It
Go ahead.
was pretty late at night, and I get a text from my mother. You need to clean the cat box. We don't have any cat litter, So I'm gonna go to the store, grab some cat litter. I hit 45, cruising about 60, 65, 70, and then I get off the highway and then pull into the Kroger
In Willis?
in Willis. Yes,
So right at 1097.
right at 1097. Pull in. I saw my RPMs drop, and then just nothing. I just cruise into a parking spot.
Yeah.
I thought my battery died, and so
Reasonable assumption.
yeah, and so try and turn that key. Has that classic click, click,
nothing.
click, nothing. And I'm just stranded there. I try and get a cop to help me jump me off. Doesn't. That's pretty much it. And then he's mad at me for 2 days.
So at what point did we discover it was completely seized?
The next day when I bought a brand new starter, Swap said starter in the parking lot,
And nothing happened
and
other than a grinding noise.
not even that. Just
yeah.
so
the solenoid's like, oh god.
a bearing stacked or the piston galled or both.
Yeah. Actually, the starter was more like,
What the hell?
sorry, you can't hear that, but it's Jessica going, what the hell?
But so now I get all pissed off, decide to wipe my hands of that project I've been working on for 8 years. I get rid of it, sell it to a buddy of mine I've known since high school. He calls me back about 3 weeks later and says, "Hey, fellow that wanted that Suburban."
Oh, I'm counting down.
Oh,
Keep going.
fellow that wanted that Suburban backed out. Do you want it back in running condition with a decent engine for $3,500? We went, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then he calls me back a week later, says, "Hey, I've got a 6.0. Do you want that instead of the 5.3? It'll be an extra 1,000." I went, yeah. So here in about 2 weeks, I think we'll have it back.
Wow.
Oh, looky there. That's half past. I fucking told you so. When he told me the motor blew up and he said he got mad at it and sold it, I'm like, why the hell didn't you just buy a junkyard motor that are a dime a dozen for that freaking truck and just swap it in there? And then here we are.
Yep.
2 months later and more money later.
Yeah, about the same as a rebuild.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, at least we don't have to
But hey, at
register
least
it.
you get
It'll
it
be
back,
tuned.
though.
Yeah.
Shoot.
he's not allowed to drive it though.
Actually, he will be driving it.
Let
till-
me drive it.
He's going to
No.
keep it until he decides to get his first vehicle for
You can
himself.
have the SRT for 5 minutes.
Got
Not
Really?
on-
Huh?
Never mind. Not on your road.
A little,
Never mind.
little,
So say,
little Dodge
SRT?
Neon.
I was gonna say you've never seen my car.
It's smaller than the Jetta.
Yeah, I think I'm
Well, the
good.
Jetta's a wagon, so that's pretty easy.
Yeah,
I barely fit in that thing.
Yeah, there's room in my car.
we rode in it.
Yeah, we rode it. After I put the new suspension in, it drives smooth.
That didn't when we rode it.
That first time when
He
When-
said, "Don't be alarmed when there's a passenger. It vibrates a lot." Oh crap!
first of all, I did not say a lot. I said violently.
Oh, God.
Turns out, I'd been driving on this thing for 6 years with a shredded axle,
Wow.
but that's why I had no passengers. But it wasn't until I replaced the one that came apart on me on the driver's side, and then I go over to the passenger side, and it is completely torn apart. I'm like, that explains a lot.
Oh.
And then there went my credit card
Yeah, that's
for
what you
another
spent about a-
for another $600.
You spent about a week working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's because I was
just one thing after another.
well, because I was doing the coilovers, didn't expect to have to do the axles. So when I pulled the knuckle off the one side with the suspension, the axle just went whap. And I'm like, that's not the sound I made, but I'm being slightly more polite because I just
Expletive
cussed a
deleted.
second ago.
Expletive deleted. Yes.
Well, I'm you can't have
Expletive pejorative
well,
form.
for YouTube reasons, you can only have so many cuss words near each other.
Oh, really?
Not that I'm not I'm not monetized
I did not know
anyways.
that.
Yeah, so you can cuss, but you can't have a whole lot near each other, or you'll lose monetization.
You don't get monetized.
That's not-
for
oh,
40
wow.
40
By the way,
views.
I haven't mentioned it on the show. We did actually break 100, so we're at 102 subscribers.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so we got like 3. No, I'm sorry, we got like 4 in a single week.
Good.
Which I assume are all people you know.
Oh, I need to do that.
I've been
I'll
spreading that
subscribe,
left and
y'all.
right.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, if you go
think
over
I've
to
subscribed
my
yet.
Facebook, I shared the last episode.
Oh,
Are you?
Subscribe that way. But it's the Now You Made It Awkward podcast because I didn't say it.
yeah, I did. I went and followed y'all on that too.
Yes. I don't have social. I have Facebook for it, but I haven't set up an Instagram for it. And I need.
Well, Candida, you got me on Facebook. I post it every Friday. I share it every Friday.
Oh, okay.
I started
I'm
sharing
gonna have to
it
start
now
doing
that
that. Yeah.
people keep saying my real name on here, so I just said screw it. I'll just start posting it
Eh.
for my friends and family to
I know what break you.
hear me talk about them.
Break you.
Well, I mean, it
Oh, like they'd be confused. Who's the Shoky? Who's the Shoky on the screen? I don't know him.
look, it's the worst. It's the worst kept secret on the internet. But when I first got started on when I first got started on YouTube on my original channel on Shoky Reviews, there was kind of a stalker,
Oh.
but he was known for stalking people in the Gundam zeitgeist, which is what I mainly was known for.
Yeah.
And he was mostly harmless, but I couldn't figure out why everybody hated him. Like, he'd come into the chat and everybody would attack him constantly. He just seemed to be a nerd, and I would just mostly ignore him, stuff like that. And then he messaged me and asked me if I wanted him to send me some stuff to review. And I'm like, nope. Thank you, though. Because I don't have P.O. Box, so he'd have to have my address.
Yeah.
And then somebody else contacted me and said, because this guy, it was a whole bunch of guys that came into a live stream and started bullying him like horrendously, like just filling the chat with all this hate until eventually I had to ban these guys. And then they messaged me directly on Facebook and he told me the whole story. And he said that one of the really big Gundam YouTubers, he had gotten his information while he was still living in the U.S. Now, at this point, he's living in Korea. Korea. And he had got his information somehow, basically like convinced him, hey, let me send you some stuff. And he started sending all kinds of crazy stuff to the house. And then somehow he got a little bit he must work in like some of the information space, because he got his then girlfriend, now wife's information, started texting her all kinds of crazy shit. So I was like, as soon as this guy told me that, I was like, okay, as long as he doesn't get weirder than he currently is, I don't have to kick him off or anything else like that. So basically, it got to a point where he started getting a little bit weirder, and I got tired of everybody coming in and hating on him. So I didn't like ban him, because there's no way to ban someone on YouTube. You can just mute them so they can't comment or anything else like that.
Yeah.
So, but on Facebook, I like blocked him and stuff like that. So,
Man.
I mean, that's not the weirdest stuff I've had in YouTube, because we used to do live streams all the time. We were doing live stream reviews of certain shows. And this one dude, he was a constant guy, but when we're reviewing this one Gundam show, and just to get in, not to go too deep in the weeds on it, they're on a planet of anthropomorphic animals, so mostly canines with some feline type people, stuff like that.
Furries.
And then our main, well, no, on the planet. That,
I was like,
All
really?
right.
Okay.
don't get ahead of me on the story, Jeff. So the main characters are on this planet by mistake, and so they're interacting with them and everything else like that. Heroes, normal people trying to get by, resistance. One of the main characters of the animal planet, as it were, dies trying to protect his family and stuff like that. And this dude like imprinted on this character so hard because he saw him as like his older brother. And turns out he's full on furry, like all this kind of stuff. And like he has a full meltdown in the chat after this character died. And we had to stop for like 35 minutes and try to talk him off the ledge. He was having a full on meltdown
Oh, wow.
in the chat. And he's also in my Discord.
All right.
And like he calmed down after a while. He's still like so fixated on this character, and he's an artist. So he started drawing this character to continue his life.
Oh, wow.
Created this entire fan fiction and started drawing like comics and stuff like that off of it. And like went into this whole thing so he could keep this character alive because he imprinted so hard.
Oh.
I was like,
That's-
and at one point my mods were like, hey man, this stuff's getting a little bit weird. Do we need to ban this guy? And I'm like, unless he posts something inappropriate, it's fine. If he starts posting really inappropriate furry stuff, I mean, like, do what you will, but this is still a public forum. Don't be posting any weird shit.
Yeah.
You know, like no furry porn kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially
Oh my
at this
God.
point, it's like, you know, furry hentai. But like, I think he kept that to himself. if I'm honest, because he got really good at drawing these characters. So that means he's doing a whole lot of scribbling at home on his own. But either way, no. Eventually, he kind of went away, but like I didn't have to like ban him or anything. But that guy was around for a long time, a long time. That's one, and I stopped doing Gundam related things for the most part, and amazingly, most of the weirdos went away.
Really?
Wow.
Now I just get like the super nerds who are just actuallying in the comments, and I got to tip the hat. Actually, give me an actually.
Actually.
There we go. See, Luke's good at voices and stuff. Are they knocking on this door, or was that the front door? I mean, the door's
Yeah, we
there.
got someone at the front door. Luke's got it.
Oh, the front door. Go get him, Luke.
I thought
Fetch.
the front door was unlocked.
Yeah, it is, but some people are polite.
Yeah, polite people who.
Well, I knock and then I walk in.
I don't even
That's my
knock
trick.
anymore.
That's my trick.
I just
will
make
knock.
sure we're noticed coming in, so somebody comes outside to see who the hell just pulled
Bust
up.
in going, PETA!
Exactly.
I forgot. I started calling her PETA years ago. The pain in the ass.
Ah.
Yeah, and you called her that in the chat the other day, because guys, we have a big old family group chat, as it were.
Yep.
And like you said something about PETA. I'm like, what the fuck's he talking about? I was like, oh yeah.
Well, she
Heidi.
started it. She started calling me asshat.
Ah.
And so PETA, it worked.
Speaking of ass hats,
He got me a new hat for Christmas.
Ah.
So Mighty Car Mods.
technically I got me a new hat, but I didn't want it, so you got it.
Yeah, you wear those hats. I wear these hats.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, it is a cool hat though.
That's you'd love that channel, Mighty Car Mods. Australian
Car
dudes
Mods.
working on cars, doing stuff.
Is it that angry Australian?
No,
No.
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 Oh.
These are very cool
Nope.
Australians.
One of
them.
them's
Did you watch their Christmas special?
no. I'm about to.
It's good.
That's tomorrow.
It's
night.
weird, but it's good.
Yeah, of course.
But if you didn't see that,
Is
go
that
watch.
the one where they're in the little car
Yeah.
across Japan?
No, they're not going across Japan. They're going across Tasmania.
There you go.
Yeah. And it is cold as hell. And everybody's like, man, how do they put this stuff out so quick? I was like, guys, it's winter. That means they filmed this 6 months ago.
Yes,
It's like nobody
they
realizes
started off as two guys in a garage.
their
and now
mom's
it's
driveway.
full blown,
Mom's driveway.
full
It was-
production.
yeah.
One of them's on the
Top Gear Australia.
Top Gear Australia now.
Oh,
Yeah, he became so
They're still
influential
doing
in the automotive
Top
space.
Gear?
really cool.
He's in Top Gear. It's the only one still
Now,
going.
Luke just
That's-
asked if they were
yeah.
still doing regular Top Gear. No, it's been
That was
canceled.
just yeah.
Okay, original UK Top Gear is done.
It's canceled.
after,
It's dead.
after the major accident that happened in the last
What
season.
accident? I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the dudes was driving like a very, very expensive, very, very fast car, and things went very, very wrong.
Oh,
Like Hammond in the rocket car.
More like Hammond in the Rivian.
Oh
Or
shit!
no, what is that car? Not Rivian. What was it called?
It was the
Swedish
really-
hypercar.
Rimac.
The Rimac.
it was that really fast electric.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So-
Rimac was it.
That-
I watched that one.
that's
with you,
what
didn't I?
canceled the.
And this is one thing they were
No,
talking about.
They were doing a new high-speed electric car
Uh-huh.
on the new Top Gear, and he just totaled it. When they catch on fire, they burn and burn. You can't
Yeah.
put them out.
So when
Yeah.
the Rimac crashed, they were going through like the Alps. Like he went off a
It was
cliff.
an uphill.
He went off a mountain cliff, flipped it, and it caught
Well,
fire.
because the Swiss
horrible.
have banned all side-by-side motor racing at all. So about all you can do is single lap trials, or like they were doing uphill climb and going through a road track uphill.
yeah, mountain roads.
Well, they talked him up and got him so pumped up that after the finish line, he didn't even let off. So all
no.
you saw,
No. He did. The car didn't let
yeah,
off.
well, all you
It was
saw
a
was
major
glimpse
malfunction.
of a cameraman and that white car just going sideways off the edge of that cliff and rolling.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And once
That's
those
horrible.
lithium-ion battery packs start to go,
That's not
they chain and set each other off and go and go and go. That burned for
And-
5 days.
Yeah, so
Oh
much.
my God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah,
so
that's-
he
he-
didn't
he
survive.
broke his
then.
leg.
No,
he
he got out.
survived.
He got
He
out?
survived everything. He's been in ridiculous crashes.
So Hammond
'cause
got
he's so
out-
small.
So because he was wearing racing gear,
Oh,
so he was
okay,
protected
okay.
in the car. But the thing is, like, it didn't catch fire immediately, so he got out after the
Oh,
crash.
Yeah,
okay.
he broke his leg.
Okay.
Yeah, they got him out,
my
but that's not the
God.
worst accident. The worst accident was a rocket car.
Rocket car was sick.
So at 300
300 something.
380 miles an hour, a tire blew, and
'Cause
he
you could
went
see
upside down.
in the run before on the camera, the piece of tire come off.
No, the tire starts doing this, and then
and
it just goes
And
then
just
it takes
ruptures.
straight into the runway, goes until he hits the dirt, and then it flips over, and it's just the cage above his head just going into the dirt at
Yeah.
300 plus miles an hour.
Oh my
He was in a coma. He was in a
He's had
medical
what,
induced coma for 2 months.
He's been in what, 6 accidents?
There's 4 major, 6 not major. Or,
Is that counting? No, he didn't get bucked off the horse. That was May.
yeah, no, May got in a couple other accidents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Clarkson's been in a handful, but mostly his own dumb accidents.
Yeah.
Like, Clarkson hurts himself more than he hurts the expensive cars.
I don't know if you ever watched the old BBC Top Gears.
No, I'm
They're-
gonna have to
if
watch
you're,
that.
If you're into cars
Man.
at
It's
all,
so much fun.
and you're into good entertainment, good humor, good chemistry, they're great.
Got to go all the way back.
There's
to
22
2001.
seasons of them.
Oh wow.
22 seasons
I got
of
already
original.
catching up to
Of
do.
original.
Well,
the
not
main
no,
3.
technically reboot Top Gear. Original Top Gear was in the 80s and 90s.
You're right.
Oh, okay.
So Top Gear
Then-
has been rebooted.
Then
twice.
after they left BBC, they went on to do the grand tour
left.
with Amazon.
Yeah, we're gonna put it that way. Left
Well, they parted ways.
after Clarkson was unceremoniously dismissed for
Punching a producer.
Well,
on
in
set.
first of all, it was an international incident followed by punching a producer who deserved it
Yeah.
because he still worked with that guy
Yeah.
after the fact. They're like working like I forget where they were, but it was like a ridiculously cold and wet environment. They've been out already doing shoots all day long, like 11 hours out in this miserable weather, and all they want is some food to eat, some warm food. Dude brings him like a cold cut sandwich that's soggy, and he's just so pissed off he punches
Soaked
him.
in rain. Yeah.
It's like he punches him because he gave him an attitude. Mind you, he's a guy he's worked with forever, and then I think they continued to work together
Yeah.
after the fact. But like he got fired for that, but it was the international incident in Argentina that was not his fault
Anyway,
at all.
We're getting sidetracked into stuff that we love.
But still, I mean, this is what it is. We're just look. This is just we have nowhere to talk. It's just New Year's bullshit.
True. This is pre-fucked up. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got on this topic from talking about
Yeah.
Mighty Car Mods. So, like you were asking, like so that Top Gear Australia is the only official Top Gear still going.
and we can't
Okay.
watch it. I need to get a VPN so we can sit down and watch it together.
Yeah, it's
I
not
have a
ava-
VPN.
You
It's
do?
not even
Yeah.
available.
Not in the U.S.
Well, not
In
Canada.
free
because it's
VPN.
through.
I'm getting a proper
It's-
VPN.
Okay, yeah.
So it's technically still owned by BBC. BBC is still running that shit, but the connection is through Paramount, sort of. So like it's a weird connection through CBS and Paramount, but not. They don't have a deal with the UK. Chad's back.
How you doing?
He got a cup of something.
Yes.
Yeah, he's back just in time for us to take a break, reload, and have a couple more.
Yeah, we'll take a break here in a second, and then because I need
Cherry right now.
nice.
1835 cherry and Dr. Pepper cherry.
There you
That
go.
sounds really good.
Very cherry.
I have to get it for that. I don't need to have too much Coke, but I definitely need something to keep me going. So yeah, let's pause here. So this will be our first chunk, and then whoever wants to come back and come and bullshit for a
Sweet.
while. You know, hopefully didn't scare off Candida too much.
Oh, no.
You were looking a little
She's
shy
doing
there.
great
for a
sitting
minute.
there being quiet. Yeah.
Oh no, we're gonna put her through the ringer now.
She needs
I
another
don't
drink.
know a lot about cars. I mean,
No,
I
but we don't
like
talk about
watch
cars. Talk about
No.
life.
Okay, I
Premise
was like,
is
I enjoy.
You can talk
like,
about things you like.
Cars
I
are
like
our
them.
common bond. He's the
Yeah,
nerd.
no, and
He's
I,
the-
I love cars. I
he's-
just don't know.
He's the
lot.
nerd
also-
culture collectors, action figures, all that stuff.
Yeah, I do. all
I'm
the
not.
things. Yeah, I do all the things. But guys, we're gonna take our first break right here. Like I said, we're gonna be recording as the night goes, and hopefully getting safely but progressively more drunk.
Well, Amy and I, my wife and I are on a free for all tonight. Lucas is driving us home.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
All right, so I'm gonna hit stop for now.
2 heures plus tard.
You not be talking about much meetings.
Well, if he ain't here, he ain't here. You
Sit
were here,
down,
you were here
Candida.
last. Pop in. Get up in here.
You did real good being quiet. So now we need you to do worse.
Yep. So, guys, we just came back from break and watching fireworks.
Yay,
and
fireworks.
Blowing stuff up, throwing black cats at people, having fun.
breathing in a lot of phosphorus and other things.
Watched a young man light a Roman candle and turn it toward itself.
That was hilarious.
Great.
They shouldn't have told him. That would have been hilarious.
Nope, that would have been real bad.
No, his dad grabbed him. No.
It would have been even funny if he just went, like, just turned it, like, no, that way. I brought a pitch pizza with
Yeah,
me.
you did.
So, Candida,
Yes.
what things are you into? Since we never really got to talk about stuff. You got any whatever your interests are? What are you a nerd for?
I'm a history nerd.
Oh yeah.
I love history. American history, though. U.S. history. U.S. history is my favorite. Pretty much any U.S. history, but I really like.
Is there a certain era?
Modern, like, I mean, I really like the 60s.
Okay.
60s the most. I feel like I should have been born in the 60s.
Yeah, you do definitely have that hippie vibe.
As I'm wearing
Just
a lot of
little.
tie-dye.
I mean-
Candida, I think every time I've ever seen you, you've only had tie-dye on.
I don't think I own. I mean, I do own some not tie dye, but
Yeah.
for the most, seriously, I don't wear black, nor do I wear white. But if it's white, I tie dye it. If it is black, I bleach dye it. Now this one I did buy like that, but if it would have been just plain black, I probably
See, black
would've
is my
bleach
favorite
dyed.
knot color. I wear it a lot.
Yeah,
same. It hides the fat.
No, it doesn't. We're still fat.
It's
Let me live in
slimming.
let me live in delusion, Jeff.
Let him live in his head.
Black is very slimming. That's why I'm now a person of color.
Sure you are.
Here, but it doesn't matter.
Then you're American. Shut the fuck up. Drive on.
I'm a first generation American.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mom was an immigrant from Ukraine.
Oh, really?
Indeed.
Wow.
Yeah. So hold on, I'm gonna get a quick. Jeff, scooch forward. That was blurry as hell. Good job, me. Also, I don't even know what set it off. Okay, it's all Luke's face. That's what it was. There it goes. That was super blurry because my camera's dirty either way. So, 60s.
Yeah. So,
Okay. What's your favorite bigger event of the 60s that sticks out to you in history? Then
I
we
mean,
don't talk history much.
I honestly, I mean, I like the civil rights movement. That's my big thing. Is like all the different minority groups and things like that. That's
As
what
I was talking
focus
about
on.
being a person of color.
No, nothing's wrong with nothing's
Like that's-
wrong with that. No, I
No.
mean, and that is actually true because, like, they limited immigration of people from Eastern Europe. You know,
Well, they limited it after opening it wide open for a little bit.
right? But it was because of the
So
whole
like
red.
50s, they're like, okay, we got to let people out because everything's devastated. And 60s, like, okay, we need to tamp this down a little bit because communism's massively on the rise.
Exactly. Yeah, and they blame that on Eastern Europeans, which isn't really true, but you know.
No, it was the Eastern.
Right. Yeah.
And then the
Well, there's going to
slightly
be
more west.
fundamentalist movements in any group.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
hell, there was a communist Britain for a while.
Yeah. I mean,
And now it's just socialist, but you know.
and that's the thing. Like communism, socialism, are they different? Are they the same?
I mean,
It's-
that's a pretty big
Well,
discussion.
they all look good on paper, but that's
Look-
about
Yeah.
it.
Well,
That's true, they do look good on
socialism
paper.
works off paper. Communism has yet to.
that's true.
Yeah. Socialism
That's true.
can work with enough guns. Communism fails
But
no
it's
matter how many
still
guns.
only sustainable for the top 1%.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
0.5%.
nobody's- yeah.
Mhm.
It
Well, that's
doesn't
because
matter.
they have to take from the other 99% to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
Not like we have
mean,
that here.
There's nothing's ever gonna really work. I don't think. I mean,
They're doing a really good job at turning capitalism into communism in this country right now. Nobody listened to the warnings,
yeah.
or they took the Communist Manifesto as an actual instruction manual and then stayed in power for 40 years to make sure it happened.
Well, yeah.
Chad, big thumbs up. He's like, yep.
Oh man.
And Luke's just like, I
Pull
don't
up
know
the
what
floor,
this
buddy.
means.
You want to sit here?
No, we're good. We got time. We can get everybody in here. Or we can boot Luke out. Luke, go hang out with
What?
the other kids for a while.
Why? I'm surrounded
Let
by
the old people
weirdos.
talk. I'm just kidding. Because I've had opinions recently on like how modern day has twisted the civil rights movement way too far in some aspects, like even to the point of like things that were a huge positive have been pushed so far in modern day that now they become like a detriment, you know.
Are you talking about like say affirmative action and that
Yeah,
kind of
like
thing?
it's gone too far. Like it was a great idea at the beginning, and then there's like, oh, but what if we do this too? And then this, and then this. It's like take a little bit of a good idea and just keep
Yeah.
piling bad shit on top until you forgot what the idea was in the first place.
And now it seems like it's equity over merit.
Yeah.
And that's what's causing a lot of bottleneck and a lot of resentment and a lot of different
Oh
groups.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because it was all about equality before, and then it, like he said, it shifted to equity, and people confuse the two because it sounds good,
Yeah.
much like communism. Sounds great on paper
Right.
until you realize what equity means, you know?
I definitely think that like it's important to, yeah, I mean to be equal, but yet it should be definitely merit based.
Well, the individual that's busted his ass and been there every day and worked his ass off for 10 years and should get promoted from within instead of bringing someone as an outside hire to, be an equity hire, essentially.
Well,
or
what's
hired
crazy-
on
yeah.
a very specific basis and not based on what they're good at or if they'd be good for you, like any of the really ridiculous DEI. Like on the surface, DEI is a great idea, but the execution has been pretty damn poor
Right.
in the modern sense of it.
Oh yeah.
And that's where I said it's like they took the ideas of the civil rights movement of the 60s, which were totally necessary, and then even a lot of the evil shit that happened against the civil rights leaders, of the day. It's just like, okay, it was a war that, it was like the second U.S. Civil War, really, in fights in the streets and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Brother turned down brother and all that other kind of stuff. It just was slightly less bloody.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
Not to downplay it, but yeah, it was like, but people today, I think the main issue is people who are just normal everyday Americans claiming they're oppressed. It's kind of ridiculous. Like there are people who have issues. Don't get
Right.
me wrong, but like you just having a shitty life doesn't mean you're oppressed. It's like some people have real issues and things that are being actually done to them, and you just can't afford a new iPhone.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like the people who scream about oppression now have no idea what that actually meant.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's
yeah.
like comparatively, and it's like, and like, yeah, I mean, even in more modern day, like, because I mean, I've talked to you about Jessica's moms.
Mhm.
They manage. I'm pointing at you because you're there, but Jessica's in the other room.
Oh,
No,
I got you.
You're not a lesbian.
Yeah.
Are you?
He does,
Considering that I have a penis.
he does like a lot of the same things you do.
Look,
Of course, Dada.
we have a lot of similar interests:
Okay, that's
Yeah, there we
that's where I
go.
was going.
carpentry, fast cars. Doing stuff with your hands. Euphemisms.
Oh man.
But no, it's like because they at the same time were basically waiting for the laws to change because they had been together for 25 years
Yeah.
and never were able to get married, and we got to have their go to their marriage like when we first got together, and it was a huge deal because I had gay friends who had to fly up to, I think it was Michigan, to get married.
It's a big one too. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're from Michigan initially,
Oh,
so
okay, that makes
just
sense.
coincidentally, so they got married up there.
That makes sense.
And then
yeah.
came back here, and then legit like 3 months later, it was legal
Yeah.
everywhere. So I was just like, I mean, cool. It's like that sucks that you had to go through that at that moment. If you
Right.
had known that down the road it was going to be a different
Yeah.
thing. So, I mean, obviously that's still a whole equality situation.
Right.
That's still. I
But
think
that's not a job thing too. Though.
No,
I get,
but I'm
I
saying,
get what you're saying.
But I'm
yeah.
saying like that was the most modern civil rights actual kind of fight currently, like most recent real one.
I think
that
so.
actually was still an oppressive difference.
Yeah.
Right. Comparatively.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's still kind of going on in a way, I guess. But I don't even know where that line falls anymore.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know what the next big thing is.
I'm not sure there is.
We'll see here in about
another.
20 days.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh
Well, yeah.
no, 6 days.
No, the inauguration's on the 20th.
Yeah.
Yes, but the count is in 6 days.
I don't think the count will be an issue.
They've been talking about it since November 5th that they were already planning to do stuff on the 6th. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if they'll actually go through with it. That it will. They already know they're already going to have things set up. So
Democrats as being as gun ho, shall we say?
well, they don't have to
As-
be well.
You know,
mean,
and
they-
I don't mean the guns were used. Please understand, I'm not saying guns were used before, but I don't see them as.
I mean, they do like to.
But then at the
protest.
same time, I mean, you go back to certain protest movements, which got pretty intense.
I mean,
Yeah.
2020
Antifa,
as a whole.
Antifa
Yeah,
and all
they
that
get-
kind of stuff. So
I mean, we were.
I really think
Did you
it
see the
doesn't
stuff-
matter
did you
who
see-
won. It matters, but it doesn't matter. I think it's either way, it's going to be crazy, and we're going to have like
it's going to be a huge
civil
divide
war.
regardless.
Maybe not actual civil
We're
war.
gonna have
but-
civil strife.
What
Yes.
the
That's
vast,
where we're currently.
There you go.
You're a history person.
Yeah.
You know what civil
Yeah.
strife.
what the vast majority of the population doesn't realize right now is that the left and right wing are part of the same bird. And it's been my firm belief for a long time now that they're working in conjunction to do everything they can to keep this nation as divided as possible, because a divided nation is easier to control than a united populace.
Well, it's also easier to distract from what's really going on.
Exactly.
Keep us fighting each other.
I
so
think
they
there's
can
a
do
lot
whatever
more
they
going
want.
on that's being said, a lot more that we're seeing, and I think they're working in conjunction.
I think that
Why else would they have put forth two candidates that were so polarizing on either end that would literally rip the nation in two, which it did.
I mean, that's what they've been doing for 10 years.
Exactly, and they're doing it purposefully. They could have found better
Keep
candidates
us
that would have had the
divided,
same
yeah.
values,
Yeah.
that would have had the same agendas, that wouldn't have been near as polarizing
That's
from
true.
both ends,
so the
and
fun-
it could have been a more civil discourse over the whole
Yeah.
election.
Yeah, they could have definitely made it more. For all his like braggadocious and like egotistical nonsense, Trump is still closer to moderate. Definitely not really Republican, if we're honest.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if you look at his history and things like that.
He was a Democrat. He was a New
Yeah,
York
I
Democrat.
mean, yeah.
But I mean, comparatively, like he's more down the middle than anybody he's been
That
put
is
up
true,
against.
yeah.
He's been up against Hillary.
Yeah.
Then it's like he went up against Hillary. Then he went up against Biden. Ugh. Which I mean, look, they wheeled out a corpse and said,
was a
"Go be
joke.
president."
Did you hear him, Biden, commenting on Jimmy Carter?
No, I
He
didn't.
sounded
hear that.
like a corpse.
Yeah, there.
I mean, it was awful.
Well, wait, which Biden was talking? Number 6 or number 7? Which what are we on? What
Whichever one's
number are
on
we
deck
on?
right now?
What number are we on? Look at the earlobes. Well, does everybody remember Biden 5 and how tall he was?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a huge thing.
it's a huge Biden.
He was a huge Biden. I was like, that man had like legs for days.
Moved great, didn't
Yeah,
fall.
yeah. And Jill actually wanted to be near him. It was weird.
Right?
Like something's up when Jill went. No, actually, I thought the funniest part was what was it? Something over in Europe. I forgot what it was. Maybe it was the Geneva thing. And Jill Biden was looking at Trump all like he was a fresh piece of meat. I was like, that is weird. I was like, she's
Look at that
all-
orange goodness.
It's like, sorry, Jill, you're not his type.
He's a dreamsicle.
He is very much a dreamsicle. Orange on the outside,
Yep.
Oh,
that
man.
bright yellow ice cream on the inside.
white as hell on the inside.
Like to get some of that Lorax looking dude.
Could you imagine? Oh wait, I haven't. Y'all seen his new haircut, right?
No.
Does it look like the
What?
Lorax?
No, it's actually no. It's
All
more of a,
eyebrows?
like not quite a flat top, but it is very cleaned up. No more comb over.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't.
He's looking less orange too after the election. I was noticing that.
Well, he did orange up for campaigning purposes.
yeah, but
we
I
know
mean
it's spray
after.
tan.
But I mean after the actual election, he's
Wait, which
looking
network
more-
were you watching?
Is
Because
that
you
it?
know they orange his ass.
You know
up
they
on-
Are
tweak
you
it.
serious?
They
I
have
never
to.
thought about that. I know that it's really sad how they always pick the absolute worst picture you can find
Mm-hmm.
of Trump, and they don't do it for whoever the Democrat is.
Mm-hmm.
It's never.
Well, they
like,
kept
really
using that-
bad.
What was it
picture.
Kamala's Senate picture?
Oh yeah.
That they've used forever. And
Yeah.
where she looks amazing.
Right.
And then you show her now, and you're like, "What the hell happened?" Is like that was from 15 years.
Dude, she
ago.
looks pickled.
Well, she looks like an old handbag.
Yeah.
Like everybody's talking about everything else. It's like, I'm sorry. And like, it's not nice to necessarily talk about a woman, but what the fuck is going on with her neck? Like seriously, what the fuck is going on with her neck? It's like it looks like she had 2 or 3 tracheotomies, and they just couldn't find the hole again.
Oh, Lord.
It's like, what the fuck?
Oh man.
Look, she's gonna write a book. She's gonna become even more rich.
Oh, that's what they've been doing left to right.
Oh,
They've been
yeah.
pushing everything they can other than politics.
You-
There's the Michelle Obama interview they had.
Mike,
That
Big Mike.
yes, Big Mike. They said
Oh my gosh.
she had caveats in the interview. She said
Chad's
she
cracking
would
up
not
in the corner.
she would not talk about anything political.
Yeah.
The only thing she'd talk about was her book and some other line of something she was coming out, and that's it.
Oh wow.
You know what Kamala
That's
needs
smart
to do?
though.
Like Kamala does need to get out of politics. She needs a cooking show. No joke. She loves to cook. Have you ever seen those interviews where she's literally talking about cooking? She actually talks like a real person. She doesn't stumble on her words. She doesn't just talk in circles. She talks about like she knows what she's doing. And that's actually really. Oh, you got the picture? Did you have the pictures?
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Is that where they oranging him up?
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, the haircut. Yeah. Oh,
That's
it shrunk.
crazy.
Let me see.
The new, but I thought that was just.
Wow, that's a good haircut.
Yeah, it is.
That
Works
actually
for
looks
him.
good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's okay. That's a horrible lighting for him if we're fair, because he just came off the golf course.
He's got
I
that.
was gonna say he looks pretty pink.
He's got the Ric
Yeah.
Flair haircut going.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look like it.
Got to hear him
Now,
go. Woo.
if he keeps it that way, because it does look like he
90.
might have also just taken his hat off, because he has the hat on while golfing the whole time. So he probably definitely got a haircut. But like, I mean, that man has had an iconic haircut forever.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a shame to mess with it. It's like an iconic thing like that.
Yeah, my socks will no longer be relevant. My Trump socks.
I'm pretty sure his hair will grow back.
Bigger and greater than ever.
Gonna turn into a.
Gonna be
It'll
best
be the greatest
haircut.
afro.
Greatest
His hair
haircut in the
great again.
world.
Some would say the best.
Shout out to my barber.
Best barber in the world.
Everyone's talking about it. Chad, would you like a haircut like Trump? Or any haircut?
Bald people, okay, leave me alone.
Look, I can make fun of you for now. I started it back here though.
Brother, that's you in 10 years.
No, because mine hasn't retreated.
That's you in 2 years.
I've been doing this for like the last 20 years.
Doing this.
Yeah, instead of retreating, yours is advancing.
Mine's
Yours is
mine's like a mine's like a cigarette in the middle of a piece of paper. It's
Yeah,
just
yours is-
going outward.
This is invading.
Yeah.
I've embraced the fact that I'm losing
Yeah, but
hair.
you got a good head shape.
Well, thank you very much. I like that.
The upper one.
Do you know the mushroom man? The mushroom.
Well, he's not wearing a turtleneck right now, so we can't.
Oh.
Am I turtly enough for the turtle club?
No.
No.
Yeah. Fuck you too much.
Is that all you got?
Bad
Yeah.
Lucas.
Random pop culture references?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That'll get you far.
Give him some time.
No, see, I wanted it to make it seem like he was in trouble, but he's not. I was complimenting him.
Mhm.
You too could have a middling podcast.
You could have 50 people a month listen to you.
50 people a month.
Well, there's like 2 people who download like a whole lot
Really?
We know one.
all at once. And then
Julie.
they
Your uncle.
We
Don't
know-
say it, but yeah.
what does it matter? I can bleep it. This isn't live.
But you're not gonna.
He doesn't even know how much editing I do because he doesn't listen.
No.
Yeah, get in here, Chad. We got to talk about Superman.
Yeah, sit.
Get up in here.
Superman.
Superman.
Thank you, Candida. We got Chad sitting down now.
Yeah, sorry guys, we don't have cameras because once again, I wasn't gonna haul all my shit out here. So it is what it is.
Yeah, we wouldn't ask if we were being live broadcast. We're like, no, we don't have cameras.
Nope. We're not live
Pull
broadcasting.
that up a little bit there, Chad. There you go. You'd be surprised how much of a difference that makes. All right, so the Superman Legacy teaser trailer
Yes.
dropped. You didn't watch it. Do you want to watch it real
I did.
quick?
No.
Okay, cool. You stay out of this. All right, so
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
So your
the hell
thoughts?
did I do
Because
that?
you asked me about it.
I know it's completely different from the norm that we've been coming from Snyder and everything else like that. I actually like it because of the fact that they have the dog and everything in it. They got crypto and they got
Yeah.
the other things going on, and it's
It's first live
coming
action
from
crypto.
Raw, and it's like, I actually like it. I enjoy it.
Okay, so I like that it shows Superman kind of being a little bit weaker.
Yes.
We see him basically, he's just been in a big ass fight and he's a wreck
Mhm.
in somewhere in the North Arctic area, if I had to guess. He summons Crypto and says, "Take me home," or "Go home, boy."
I did
Right.
see a bit of that. Scruffy little white dog.
Yeah.
All CG. It's gonna be a little bit weird. They're getting better at their CG dogs though, but I like that. I know a lot of people are having issues with the fact that they have kind of a fully fledged either Justice League or Justice Society in it, depending. So we do get Hawk Girl, we do get Green Lantern, the very very specific Green Lantern.
Grant.
Yeah. So that'd be interesting.
Not Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. That would have been.
No. I mean, because Earth has had at least 5 or 6 Green Lanterns, right?
Yeah.
I think we're at 6 now, technically speaking. But I do like the fact that it's Nathan Fillion. 'Cause
Really?
You didn't know that.
I like Nathan Fillion.
So the problem with problem / good thing with that is he's played the Green Lantern before because he voiced. I'm drawing a blank here. Who was our original one? Hal. He voiced the animated Hal Jordan in the DC animated movies, but he got too old, too fat, so now he can't be Hal Jordan on the live screen. So he's it's not Kyle Rayner. It's the other one.
No, it's
Why am I drawing a blank now? The one everybody hates.
yes, it's Grant. I can't think of the full last name and everything, but
Yeah, you have a Googles.
yeah, I mean,
Either way, but I love it. He's got the bowl cut and the crazy look and stuff like that. But like in one of the scenes, we see the Superman like walks in off the street after people are basically like ridiculing him for something, and he like blocks off the windows with his ring, and like the Justice League's like basically helping him out. Why can't I think of his name? Anyway, we are supposed to get Jon Stewart Green Lantern in it though, so we will get another Green Lantern in it in the movie too. So we're gonna have like a whole pantheon of DC big name characters, except for Batman. So currently, there's no Batman in that universe. Got it? Are you still looking?
I am sorry, my fault. Still looking.
I love how you're like, I'm a comic book guy. Wait, what was that guy's name?
Yeah, well, you're drawing a blank too, so
Yes,
my ass.
but my brain went to Kyle Rayner, who was the
Seems like
next
kind of
one
a
after
chain
him.
reaction. If somebody draws a blank, it's throughout everyone.
Hey, I'm just sitting this one out.
Yeah, you don't know DC. Either way, my
Yeah.
biggest thing is that this is still James Gunn. This is his first movie in the thing, and he didn't know how to do Superman like at all because like he's done so many other
Oh, I
characters.
said Grant. My dumbass. Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner. Yeah, I should have known that. G's. Double G. Oh yeah, there it goes. Finally. Because you're thinking like Grant Morrison. You're thinking of the guy who did the comic, probably. But he said he didn't know how to do Superman because he doesn't usually do like bright and cheery. Sometimes he does like off the wall or like super dark. And it wasn't until he went into the Superman, not Man of Steel. What was that comic? Not Man of Tomorrow. All-Star Superman. So he went into the All-Star Supermans, and it was actually Crypto that got it for him because he does animals really well. That's why he focused on like Rocket Raccoon. That's why Guardians 3 was like so full of animals. Mm-hmm. And he does ensemble pieces. He can't do single character things, which is again why we have this huge cast in this movie.
Yeah, but we've had.
I'm not saying that's a negative. I'm saying
No, it's not a
that's
negative. I think several movies and everything we've had where they tried to do one person and they draw it out. And it's good. They jump right into it. They get everybody. So why not? I mean, the comics they have all kinds of junk where how they bring everybody in.
Yeah.
Why not do it? Who cares?
As long as it's not like an. I like that it's not an origin story.
No.
Yeah, there's an established Superman in an established world. I will say, what's his face as Lex Luthor is a little bit weird because he's kind of young. He does look like really young, but he's a really good actor, so I'm okay with it. But
he's gone from the Beast to Lex Luthor.
Everybody just keeps jumping universes. It's funny.
Yeah.
I will say, the Rock version of the original Superman theme.
Mm-hmm.
That was badass. Really, really cool.
Yes, it is.
Because it started out super slow. You just hear just on the electric guitar. And it starts building and building. I'm like, yes! I was like, this is going to be good. At bare minimum, it's going to be different. And I think that's really what we need. But I think compared to Marvel, who's tried to keep this whole huge thing reined in, DC's like, okay, we got to just keep flipping this fucking burger until we get something good to happen. And they're like, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. We burned the shit out of that one, toss it off to the side, pretend we started a new burger. So it's going to be interesting. So you watched Peacemaker. Did you watch it with him?
Peacemaker.
No, he hasn't. You'd love
Okay.
it. It's good.
Oh,
John Cena.
Yeah.
I'll turn you on to Peacemaker
No,
at the
yeah, it's-
apartment.
Sorry,
man.
he
You'll-
makes a magnificent Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
okay.
And it's only because of James Gunn that works.
Yeah.
So I was telling him Peacemaker season 1, half of it is no longer canon in the new universe, and the other half is. Though apparently I had it backwards. I said it was the alien stuff that was gone. I think it was the other stuff that's gone. Because the first episode of Creature Commandos, which I was telling you about briefly, references Peacemaker, and they mention an alien invasion.
Yes.
So that means that is still canon, so I had it backwards.
Yeah, I'm caught up there. I'm waiting on the next one.
Yeah. So, and Creature Commandos is really good. You haven't started it yet, but it's pretty damn solid.
I'll look it up. I need to do it.
Yeah, it's on HBO.
Okay.
It's on the HBO. I think they only got 4 episodes in so far.
Okay.
Oh, so he still hasn't watched The Batman or The Penguin yet.
Nope, not yet.
I'll watch the Batman. I need to watch the Penguin. I've seen you post anything about it.
It's
I
so
definitely need to see it.
Did you like
he's
the Batman?
Awesome. Yes, I love the Batman.
Then you will love The Penguin.
Okay.
Well, I'm currently out of stuff I'm into right now, so I'll probably jump into the Batman.
Yeah. So I'll put it this way. I know people who absolutely despise the Batman movie for whatever reason, but they love the Penguin because like they just hated the way Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz worked off each other.
You got to get away from the fact of who the individual is on the person
Now-
who's playing.
Yeah.
You got to be. It's
Well,
that person.
well, you can just not like the take on it.
Now,
That's
now
fine.
the Batman was Gotham without Batman, correct? It was them getting on and trying to do their thing without Batman.
No,
No,
okay.
this was like
it's Batman Year 2.
Yeah.
Then what was I thinking of?
I have no idea.
Okay, never mind.
you're thinking about the Gotham series. That
Yeah.
has that,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
Gotham.
Gotham. That was after
That's
Batman.
completely
Yeah, that was
unrelated.
Okay.
like- that was
Unrelated,
different,
gotcha.
yes,
No,
unrelated.
no. Gotham is pre-Batman.
Okay,
So it's early days. It's following Jim Gordon is becoming a cop.
okay. And I guess the season's going to end with Bruce Wayne's parents getting killed.
No, they die pretty early on,
Okay.
if I recall correctly.
It shows him becoming.
Oh,
You see Bruce Wayne getting
Oh,
older
so
and
Gordon's
building up to
investigating
being
that,
Batman.
and that's where they start interacting
Yeah.
with the
Yes.
kid. Okay, cool.
But-
that might be worth watching.
Yeah. So no, Gotham isn't bad.
We're gonna pause right here. We're saying goodbye to our buddy Chewy.
You could have just said nothing at all.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yep. Happy New Year. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bud. Take care.
Appreciate it.
You got a long walk home.
Yeah.
You're good. Awkward pause. Yeah, no, Gotham's okay. I watched a little bit of it, but like eventually they just had to give in to like all the stuff, so they started doing the Joker, but they weren't allowed to call him the Joker.
Okay.
That's. I can't remember the name of the act. Can't remember the name of the actor, but the same kid off of Shameless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I know which.
Yeah, he was one of
series
the
you're talking about.
Jokers.
Yeah.
So in the series, they do 3 different versions of the Joker, but they can never call him the Joker. But they're also kind of basing that off the 3 Joker storyline from the comics, which is pretty cool in my own right. But a lot of people say they should have never gone that route, but they didn't have a choice after they made Batman the god of knowledge for a minute. That was actually pretty cool in the comics. That they beat like the new gods, and Batman took over the Mobius chair, which gives you access to all knowledge, period. So first thing he asked was, who killed my parents? The second thing he asked is, what's the identity of the Joker? And then what the chair told him, he didn't believe.
Really?
How is that possible? And then down the line, we get the 3 Joker storyline.
Okay.
Like, so there's there's not, they wanted the real name of the Joker is what he wanted. And I don't even think they've ever said it in the comics. And now we're a different universe anyway, so it's hard to tell you. Because they've reset the universe so many times. By the way, also on HBO, they have the new Watchmen movies. So they're redoing the actual comic in 3D cel-shaded cartoon.
See,
Yep.
I actually enjoyed the Watchmen when it.
Oh, I love the movie.
I'm working my way through that 3-hour piece.
Yeah.
I
So,
forgot it was that damn long.
well, that's the new uncut, fully uncut.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching.
Yeah. So they redid that. They got the like super extended Watchmen movie. And then they've got Watchmen Chapter 1, which is the first section of the thing. So it's like they're basically doing shot for shot total remake of the comic as a complete accurate movie.
Back when they were in their heyday, actually, as a crew fighting.
No,
Oh, really?
no, it's the comic being done. So the movie didn't follow the comics specifically. They updated a lot of stuff. Zack Snyder had his heyday with it. Love it. Don't get me wrong, but it played fast and loose with it a little bit. I do like the change with Dr. Manhattan and what happens with him and Osmodeus. Oh, wait, is that no Ozymandias?
Ozymandias.
Yeah, sorry, wrong demon. So the changes from there is basically just what his master plan was and how it affected Dr. Manhattan. They changed it. So what they're doing with the chapters, so it's like hour and a half long chunk animating the comic. So it's pretty cool.
So you're more involved in this than I am because I actually.
He's more involved in this than a
I
lot
need
of
to
people.
catch up on a lot of my stuff. That
I have lots of free time, Chad.
Well, okay.
But
He lives in an apartment, doesn't have anywhere to work on stuff, so he's just like watching stuff.
well, I don't build kits
Well,
anymore.
everything of this intrigues me, so I need to actually catch up because I mean,
Yeah.
like I've said, I've seen his posts on everything. I'm like, damn, I need to watch this shit.
Dude, the Penguin, like a lot of people were like kind of iffy in like the first couple episodes, and I'm like, how? I was like, how did you get into episode 2 and not get hooked immediately?
Mhm.
That shit hooks so hard.
Or
The character developments on the Penguin is amazing. Like you forget that you're watching Colin Farrell. Like if you didn't know it's Colin Farrell under a fuckload of makeup,
unrecognizable.
the chick who plays Sophia, you know, the other lead, she said it's like I worked with Oz for a year. I saw Colin twice. He said he embodied the character and he was always in makeup when they interacted, even off set for the most part, because it's such a pain in the dick. He said he was always in character. She's like, I got to know Oz. I met Colin after we were done filming. Is like that's crazy to not even know the person you've been acting apart from for a whole ass year because he's so embodied the character. And so that's funny. It's like you got to know a fictional character before you got to know the guy you were actually with. It's like that's awesome. So such a damn good show. You know, he hasn't seen it, so.
speaking of haven't seen yet, are we ever going to get to watching the? You mentioned watching the Sandman. We'll go episode about.
Did you watch Sandman?
I know a little bit about it. I haven't watched it all.
Also, really, really good.
Well, eventually we talked about
We
watching
talked
it,
about doing
and then week by week, just having a small segment talking about it.
Yeah.
You want to jump in with me and watch it every week?
That is fine with me.
Cool. You want to come and talk about it with us?
Sure.
Cool.
He's got to have the same availability we do.
He works for himself.
Yeah, I'm.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Mondays around 1:30 to 2 o'clock if you can swing on down to Conroe.
Okay. that sounds
That'll be what, 6 or 7 weeks in a row.
I
We
mean,
can break
you
it
can
up
double
if we
up,
need to.
double up. It's easier. Do 2 episodes at a time.
Yeah.
Because the stories tend to pair up. So the first 6 episodes is one arc, and then the next 5 episodes is like kind of episodic. You know, sort of just a little bit. Well, it's overarching.
So how many episodes do I need to catch up on?
There's 11 episodes of Sandman. Season 2 is coming.
So I need to watch, but basically I need
Well,
to binge watch.
Are we going to watch
catch up?
them?
Well, you can watch it week to week because like I already rewatched the first 7
And-
because it's really
And if we
addictive.
do this, we'll be watching it for the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe Saturday afternoon or something.
You guys don't have to watch it together. Just watch it at the same time.
Well, we could. We're so close.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Total.
I mean, like we could do a team rewatch.
Hold pinkies.
Well, no, the whole point was because he had never
scared.
seen it. I watched it when it was coming out. Yeah, I was watching the clock.
No, we missed the New York.
Oh
ball
no!
drop. I'm sorry.
Look, we had much better shit going on out here. Look, we had our own ball drop in here.
Yeah, we were getting bored.
Balls drop. No, for anybody who forgot, this is New Year's as you're listening to this. But no, with the Sandman, it does follow the comics. I mean, it has to be slightly more modernized because that was made in like the 60s, you know. So what they really truly the guy they got to play him like super embodies the character from the comics. Like if you look at the design and everything, it's just like holy fuck. I will say the best episode, and everybody would agree, is episode 6. Is definitely the best. Like it's an in between, so it's like right after the first arc is concluded, but it's a character piece, like super character driven, with dream and death, because they're all the 7. I think it's 7. Yeah, 7 embodiments of different things, so, and they're all D. So, dream, death, desire. There's the one that has a completely different name. And
What, dementia?
No.
No.
I can't remember all of them off the top of my
I
head,
forgot.
but the more the story unfolds, the more of the other siblings will come into play.
Okay.
So they're basically living embodiments of ideas. So he's the dream lord. He literally creates all dreams and nightmares. That's his thing.
Mhm.
He has his own realm that he rules over that, and he's basically a god. You know, so it's pretty damn cool
You gonna follow along with this too, Lucas?
if he's got time.
Normally not.
Well, he's not going to be able to
Mondays.
check in on the show. He could watch
Yeah,
it.
I
on
can.
his own
He can
time.
watch it himself and put his input
Yeah.
and everything, but
Yeah, you should watch Sandman too.
He's
It's
just
good.
kind of like staring into space right now.
I'm just listening along.
Oh, and the episodes are different lengths too. Like, so they just make it as long as it needs to be. So some
Oh, that's
are like,
cool.
Some are like 37 minutes. Some are 49. You know,
Okay.
just I like it when shows do that. They're like, okay, we don't need to make this fit within this very specific time zone. Fuck it, we need a shorter story. 37 minutes. Oh, this one's gonna be long. Hour 15. Yeah, I like it when shows do that. So like, you might get up like we're used to Sherlock, which are hour and a half long
Yeah,
episodes.
Which are fantastic.
episodes.
Have you watched BBC Sherlock?
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
The single best portrayal of Sherlock Holmes I think I've ever
Yes.
seen on television, film, anywhere.
I don't think there's any other.
Oh, there's others.
I actually technically have never seen any of the other Sherlock.
Yeah, they suck.
Like, I won't watch Elementary. I will never watch that.
Is that the one with the chick?
Yes, that's
The-
Lucy Liu
Lucy-
as
that-
Watson. I'm like, once again, that falls on your favorite network, apparently CBS. Everything he watches is on fucking
I
CBS.
mean, you've never seen Iron Man as Sherlock Holmes?
I never watched the movie.
Actually,
Oh.
yes, those are good.
I never watched
But
them.
Benedict Cumberbatch blows him out
Yeah,
of the
no,
water.
yeah.
Well,
I have
'cause
to
also-
agree. I have to agree.
Well, hold on. Those are actually set in the proper period.
And a lot of it has to do with the gentleman. I can never remember his name, but Watson. I never remember his name. I can never remember actors' names. And when I do, it surprises the shit out of them.
No, you remember the ones that you care about, which all also work on CBS.
True.
Well, with the exception of Scrubs. Scrubs was not
Scrubs
CBS.
was good.
Scrubs is NBC and then went
I'm
over
in
to
season
Paramount.
4,
and
I
then
think, so
went to
far.
ABC. Seriously though, do not watch the ABC era, or it will ruin it.
They're talking about a reboot with the same ABC era everything. That's going to be a wreck.
The ABC era was terrible. That's why it didn't last. What was I saying though?
Oh, they're making fun of me.
No, right before that. What was it? Damn, what was it? What was I talking about? Oh, Sherlock.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to remember where we were at there with the because I never watched the movies. My friend said they were really good. What was it? The Something of Shadows.
Yeah.
League of Shadows.
League of-
whatever it was.
Oh,
Was the second one? I believe.
Game
it
of
was?
Shadows or something like that.
Game of Shadows.
It was
yes.
good.
Yeah, everybody says those are great, but I think they really love certain scenes. Like it's the scene where they're like running through the woods, like being shot at. And that
Well, a
kind
lot of it
stuff.
was the score behind it. It was scored
Yeah.
beautifully.
See, I think people like certain things about a movie
The-
and
the
attribute
set-
the whole movie to being that
The
good.
set design, the background characters, everyone they interacted with, it was just all really,
Well,
it all worked together really
Wasn't
well.
Jude Law
Yes,
Watson?
he was Jude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty solid. But Robert Downey Jr. in a fake British accent. I mean, it is kind of hard for him because decades of being Iron Man, trying to do anything else. Like the first thing he does after dying as Iron Man is go to do a Doolittle.
Yeah.
No, a Doolittle fucking reboot. That was
They did
horrible.
Dr.
no,
Dolittle,
no,
which
yeah.
is awful.
Well, you also know that Henry Cavill was Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, but in a very horrible way.
Yes.
We're not talking about Enola Holmes in those god awful movies. Look, I like Millie Bobby Brown to look at, but that girl cannot really act.
Wait, didn't Will Ferrell do something with Sherlock Holmes?
He did.
It was awful.
It was a comedic version. Yeah, but of course, what's his face? His best friend was Watson.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a comedic take on it. But I will say, you're right. Henry Cavill as Sherlock, even though we didn't really see him do much,
He didn't do a
was
whole lot.
actually good.
Then-
Well, actually, the second movie, he played a really big
Then
part.
who
First
did
movie,
that
that's all.
older movie? It was Sherlock Holmes' older, smarter older brother. It was Gene Wilder, I think.
What?
Yeah,
Gene Wilder
yeah,
as Mycroft?
I think so.
I don't recall this. Though I do love the fact that, Mark Gatiss basically wrote himself into the Sherlock series after like him and Stephen Moffat basically ran Doctor Who and Torchwood for years. Then they created created Sherlock in the middle of doing that. Like Stephen Moffat didn't write himself into it, but I think he had characters that were basically him, but in the show. But yeah, I think every single cast member, Martin Freeman is the man you can never remember, by the way.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah, the one I kept calling Martin Sheen. I was like, whoop, wrong one. That's how I can continue to remember it. But that final season of Sherlock where Mary is gone and Watson's trying to deal with it,
Yes.
that was a hell of a season.
Sherlock Holmes' smarter brother, Gene Wilder, Madeline Kahn, and Marty Friedman. Was that-
Marty Friedman?
Yep.
Friedman?
Came out
Hold on, what is the name?
Feldman.
Reading is hard.
Reading while drinking's harder.
What year was this?
You're not drinking.
75.
Okay. Way before me.
It was
Gene
funny. I watched
Wilder?
it. It was pretty funny.
So that was way post Young Frankenstein.
Yes. Which is still a
Oh,
fantastic.
I never mentioned it, but I watched that whole documentary on Gene Wilder that's on Netflix. I watched that a couple months ago. I never
good?
talked about it. Yeah, it was sad. Watching his like decline and everything else like that, and like basically like his wife or his final wife, because he had a bunch, talking about like his final days. But like I didn't know all this stuff about his career, and like I knew he did the stuff with who was the black actor comedian that he was always
Richard
with?
Pryor?
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
So like how they met, how they got along, how they basically started their own production studio.
Well, when
effectively.
they were writing Blazing Saddles,
Yeah.
Richard Pryor's baby was the character Mongo.
Yeah.
That was his baby.
Yeah.
And it was
His daughter.
some of the best one-liners came from that movie.
Yeah. And so that documentary covered Richard Pryor's era in there, because I didn't even know, like, I think he had Parkinson's or he had one of those, and he had to hide it for years, and Gene helped him with that until eventually he just couldn't do it anymore. And then Gene also ended up with a really bad disease.
What was that movie with Pryor and Wilder, where the one was blind, one was deaf?
I forgot the name of it, but that was in the
It
show.
was really good.
How they
Yeah, it
came up
was.
with the premise of it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, a blind guy, a deaf guy tried to. It's like that whole argument when they first meet and he thinks he's making fun of him.
Yeah. Are you deaf?
Are you deaf? Yes!
Are you blind? Yes.
And like the funny thing is, like, it was that's a very different era of comedy.
You can't do that anymore.
No.
No, not you can't do it like that anymore.
No.
Now it has to be slapstick. It has to be like over the top, ridiculous bullshit.
Well, one of my favorite examples.
we all
of
lived
comedy.
through the 07, 08
Comedy
era.
from that era was a movie called Murder by Death.
You always talk about this.
It's a fantastic movie. Peter Falk, Peter Sellers, a few other big high names. They're fantastic. They were clean. They were funny. It was smart comedy, and it's worth a watch if you've never seen it.
I'm still fairly
It
certain
is a good movie.
one of those poppers ended up in my drink. Because I saw something go thunk, and then it
At least
dissolved.
At least it wasn't one of the black cats we were throwing behind.
No, it's
us.
whatever. No, it's whatever. One of the little crystals from the poppers went in my drink. I
Chad
think.
and I had those loose black cats, and we were just chunking them out. We got bored, and I went, huh, wink.
I don't know why I thought you were telling me. I was like, I was there. I was like, I was watching. I was like, oh, you're talking to the
But
people.
then he yelled at me. He said, "Fuck, you beat me to it."
He's talking to the people inside the box.
Yes.
Yes. By the way, we are all still hoping and praying this will be good when it comes out, because there's no
won't.
way to check it while we're doing it.
It won't, but we
Actually,
will.
technically, I can do playback on this thing, but if I do that, it fucks up the recording.
Then don't do that.
Does it?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, a friend of mine who's been podcasting for way longer uses this exact same board, and he always records on the board, not to his computer. But the thing is, he'll always do a little playback. He always listen back, and then he doesn't realize it almost functions like a VCR. If you rewind, you end up recording over what you rewound
Yep.
over. So, like, a lot of times,
If you don't remember to move it forward,
yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of times what he would do is he would do like what I went up there for. Like, he does this big old party, basically like opens up the studio and just says, y'all want to go talk about whatever? Just hit record. And the problem is like he'll end up with like 17 recordings, but some of them start overlapping with the other one because I don't think they hit stop. I think they hit pause. So you get several recordings on top of each other. So it's like you have to listen through like this whole thing. It's like, okay, what's happening? Okay, now this part has to be chopped off of here and added to that one. It's like, just do it the way I do it on the computer.
I'm still wondering how you made episode 100 sound half decent, because it was utter chaos for like 3 hours.
Actually, it's 4.5 hours that I cut down to 3.5. I actually listened to episode 100 a day while I was at work because I needed to kill a lot of time and I wasn't going to be able to focus on Kill Tony.
The last hour and a half was absolute just psycho.
Yeah. So episode 100, I made up a 100 question questionnaire, and most of them were just simple yes and no's, either ors, would you rather's, and then at the end it was porn or Lifetime.
We played a game,
Yeah.
kind of like
So
Race
at the
Horse
very
Sex
end.
Act.
Yeah. So there, like, if it had just been us four in the room, it wouldn't have been nearly as fun.
But we
But
had
having
another-
my old podcasts,
What was it? 4 more coming.
Five.
Five coming in virtually.
yeah. So that was it 5 total? So it was done. So my
Couple
original
bounced in and out.
co-hosts were from all over the country, and we're doing everything
And
remote.
Sean had bad reception; he couldn't join.
No, what happened to Sean is he connected his Bluetooth for his headset connected to his girlfriend's car while she was leaving, so he couldn't understand why he couldn't hear anything. And then she came back later and asked him, "What the hell was that coming?" She could hear us bullshitting and had no idea what was going on because he was on his phone trying to Bluetooth to his thing, and his phone connected to the
and
car.
half the time, me and Dormammu just started arguing.
Well, it was Ricky. No, it was Ricky, not Dormammu. Yeah, so it was most of my previous co-hosts or people who have been on the show prior. So I invited everybody back that was available. And Sean was the only one who couldn't make it. But now Sean's technically a part of the show every week and nobody else is. So it's kind of funny. That's how we keep him involved, because he was technically my original co-host. And then Mike was my other Canadian co-host. We had two Canadians at one point. We had Rusty and Mike. And it's hilarious because they're from two different parts of Canada, and it showed. Yep. It's like, now I don't even really talk to Rusty anymore. I got into an argument with Rusty the last time I talked to him. It was actually over Transformers.
That's because you can never be wrong. You just keep pushing your...
No. It's because here's the thing. I mean, yes, I can never be wrong, but the point was he made a glaringly retarded comment about how he wasn't going to check out the new Transformers comics because, they're just redoing G1 again. And I was like, oh, you mean like they always do for every series ever? And then I started listing off all the things that they absolutely changed that weren't just the same formula over again. And he's like, what are you even talking about? And I'm like, that's what they're fucking doing in the comics you're refusing to read, dumbass. And then I told him basically how I listed out how Transformers 2, if they made a sequel to Transformers 1. Mm-hmm. And I basically listed off the idea of what it should be. And it was just Thor Ragnarok, but as Transformers. Because now Thor plays Optimus Prime. Yeah. Which is god-awful in my opinion.
Yeah. So I guess you didn't like that movie.
Nope. Dude, B127. I wanted to just kill. Badatron. No, okay. How does he have any pop culture knowledge whatsoever? How does he know what the name Steve is? He introduced the fake robot as Steve. It's like, that is a blatantly human Earth name. He just happens to call this not a robot Steve. Also, Steve saved the entire planet, in case anybody's wondering. Because he happened to have that holocron thing in his fucking head that got knocked off. So technically speaking, Steve saved Cybertron. But nobody gives him credit because he's not real.
Just wait for the sequel.
It's not happening. They canceled it because they didn't make enough money. It's like, they couldn't even get enough toy merch. No matter how many versions of Optimus Prime they sell out of that movie, it will never make enough money to justify a sequel.
We need more low-budget movies that are done well, like Minus One. Godzilla Minus One.
Yeah, but that was done in Japan.
But still, have you seen that one yet?
No.
Godzilla Minus One?
$14 million budget. Yeah, $14 million budget.
Yeah, you're like, no. $18 million.
Still, not a ton comparatively.
Possibly technically 25.
One dude on a laptop doing every bit of the CGI, and it looked fantastic.
A lot of the CGI, not all of it. But yes, it wasn't a gigantic studio. It was an effort because basically the art director was also the director. So he came up with all the shit, designed some of the things, and then he was literally in the room with the guys doing the fucking work. And so he's literally in his roller chair going from his desk to their desk, checking everything. The only time micromanaging was probably great. It wasn't a giant studio like Marvel or Disney fucking looming overhead. Hey, you know what would be great is if you did this. No, he was the director. He also created all the shit, and he was a CGI guy to begin with. So the guy hired to do this movie had created a totally separate like CGI little thing, and he put a Godzilla in it. That's where they went, hey, maybe he should do a Godzilla thing. So without meaning to, he sent in his own test reel. And then he got to be the one to make the new Godzilla. And they are doing a sequel to it.
Oh, excellent. I hope they keep the same everything, because it was what said mid-World War II.
Post-World War II.
Okay, just after.
Just after 1945.
But before the release of the first Godzilla movie in their timeline. But it was just so well done. Yeah. I was tickled with it. And on his recommendation, I watched it without the dub and watched it with the.
Yeah, you got to watch it in Japanese. Do not watch it in English.
The ending was so much better because I fast forwarded it through with the dub.
And I told
way different.
Even beyond that, I told you which fucking closed captions to watch.
Yeah,
because the closed captions from Netflix, not the direct translations, were different for the final scene, and it made a difference.
Yes.
I'm not shitting you.
I
'Cause
mean,
I watched it in the theater.
Tear jerking, just
Yeah,
heartbreaking scene.
I'm getting fucking goosebumps, dude.
It's that good, bud.
Dude, it's that like okay. So have you seen the other Godzilla movies?
Yes,
like
I have.
So you've seen the I don't mean like the old ones, the other modern ones like Godzilla vs Kong, that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Universal ones. That's the word I was going for. So you know how the human drama and bullshit just is overinflated and kind of annoying in those movies now. Like too much human. Give me more Godzilla and Big Monkey doing things. Which, mind you, the Godzilla X Kong Godzilla X Kong gave us way more just Titans doing shit, which was fun, but completely destroyed the scale. When you're only watching Titans do things in a Titan world, you're just like, oh, it's just a monkey, and then you're like, there's a 300-foot tall monkey.
Oh, you're talking New Empire.
Yeah, New Empire.
That was best one of the bunch. It's fantastic.
So those movies are silly and the humans are annoying. But that is a movie about monsters that humans are very involved in. Godzilla -1 is a human movie, and Godzilla is the disaster happening to them.
Yes.
That's why it's fucking good.
I mean,
He's terrifying.
It got you emotionally involved in the humans.
And here's the weird part. When you watch that movie, you'll forget that most of what you're seeing is not real. It's that good, considering, this, like he said, it's like 6 dudes in one room doing all the CG.
Only thing that threw me was the big old badonkadonk on Godzilla. Big old thick Zilla, man. He was stacked.
Well, no, he's just accurate. No, but he's accurate because he would have to have massive legs. You've never seen Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla wins on thighs.
Really?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Have you seen Shin?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla 1, that is the most unique take on Godzilla. And also, that's a Toho one specifically. And they also never did a spinoff of that, which was going to be weird because the spinoff for Shin Godzilla, we're going to go super nerdy here, was supposed to go so fucking weird and meta that Godzilla was going to evolve to the point that he would destroy the current universe, become God, and create the next universe.
Yeah.
Yep. That was their idea for where Shin Godzilla was supposed to go. And it was like, good luck putting that to a movie.
Yeah.
It's like okay, because it started out as
You'd have theaters just going, huh?
Yeah. Because in that movie, you see him evolving. Every time he comes back on land, he's evolving more and more and more until he eventually becomes the Godzilla shape we all know effectively. And then he's supposed to keep evolving into a more humanoid form, because that was the terrifying part. Did you ever catch that at the very end of Shin Godzilla?
No.
You know, so there's a cut or a end credit scene at the very end after they kill it. You know, they like freeze it solid, right?
Yeah.
At the very end, they zoom in on his tail and actually show you what was going on with that tail at the very end. And branching off from what used to be his tail mouth is little tiny human Godzillas.
Yeah.
So he was actually going to start melting and turning into humanoid Godzillas that would run around and kill people.
Freaking draconian looking dude.
So basically, his gigantic form is going to break off into effectively smaller single cell organisms that were going to attack everywhere and then just start spreading and destroying everything as it evolved further until eventually it would meld with Earth itself. It's fucking nuts. I was just like, they were on all the drugs.
I guess I need to check that one out.
It's weird, but the CG is really cool. And it doesn't fight anybody. He's just destroying shit to destroy shit.
Just collateral damage everywhere.
Yeah. And it's the only one who he didn't just have his normal flame breath or whatever.
Plasma, whatever it is.
Yeah, his nuclear attacks. That one, he's got a plasma laser that he can use.
Dude, his final charged up form in Empire was gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, no, what they did in in that one he actually kind of gets his red spiral laser back, sort of. But the thing is like he never went nuclear again like he did after Mothra.
Right.
I will say King of the Monsters is still the best. Though
That was a lot of fun, but I think they balanced the human byplay and the kaijus really well together in Empire.
Titans.
Whatever.
Kaijus are different.
Kaiju's is
That's Pacific Rim. Wait, have you seen Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the second one.
Oh yeah.
That abomination.
What one? I don't know what you're talking about. You know, there's an anime sequel to it that actually is a bit more in line with everything.
Yeah, I've seen.
And they pretty much ignore, but they never come back to it. They've yet to come back to the show.
They haven't.
It's like they also got some weird shit going on there. The human kaiju hybrid.
Yeah.
Kaiju number 8.
It was
I have not watched that yet. Is it good?
Well, my son's not watching it. He's actually reading all the anime,
All the manga,
He
yeah.
loves all of it. So
I've seen Kaiju number 8 stuff. I just have not bothered to watch it. I'm like very picky with my anime because I feel like if I don't do all of it, then I should only do like 1 or 2.
And I'm only watching animated anything because of him. And he turned me on to Vox Machina, and I'm hooked.
that's pretty good.
Dude, he said he quit after like 2 episodes. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And I kept pushing because he got angry.
I got mad at him. I'm like, no, you fucking go back and you watch. And then I talked about how good season 3 was. And he's like, okay, maybe I do need to watch it.
Even Amy sat down with me at the apartment and watched one of it. She was laughing her ass off.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious and irreverent.
Your Scanlan cracks her up so much.
Yeah, everybody loves Scanlan. As well, you should. Well, you're more of a
Grog.
Grog fan.
Yes.
I mean, you are the embodiment of Grog.
Because I came in, first thing I said, I saw Chad, I went, buddies!
Yep. Yeah. They need to do a little bit more with Trike's or Pike. Yeah,
Pike.
I don't know where Trike was coming from. Like Pike's storyline.
Pike's battle form's great.
Huh?
Her battle form's great with the
Yeah,
full
but-
fire armor.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they like were dipping into her story in season 2, and then season 3 went way further, especially when it went to hell.
So y'all,
That's where I'm at now.
y'all are ruining it for me because I haven't.
Well, okay, I
finished
won't.
All this.
I'm not going to talk too much, but like,
I'm right in the middle
look,
of it.
I'm
right now.
skipping the big spoilers, okay? Because he's not there yet, so that's why I was like, because like when he said he was in season 3, I was like, damn, you blasted through it.
Did you see him beat the second dragon?
No, I've barely gotten into.
Oh,
it.
God, so
I
I'll
know
spoil
This
that.
is
exactly what
why
it
I
is.
wasn't
That's
giving
why-
big details.
Holy cow.
It's
get
good.
on
That's
it.
why I like it, but I haven't
Yeah.
gotten into it a whole lot of it. I mean,
Oh, it's
a lot
good.
of times I don't get the TV. Much.
And the animation quality gets better
Okay.
somehow.
So you haven't even finished season 1.
no,
Oh, you're in for a treat, brother.
It's good shit.
okay,
Visually, you're going to... I was jaw dropped going, that's beautiful.
okay,
Indeed.
I'll finish it. I need to binge watch it.
Yeah.
but no one's home.
Dude, what like because when it was dropping weekly,
Don't look
like
at
they dropped
Yeah,
like
exactly.
they drop the first 3 episodes and they do 1 or 2 episodes a week after that to kind of blast through it. And like the 3rd season, I was so fucking invested.
Well,
And
he educated me on the origin, what it's from.
Yeah, me and Will did.
Yeah, it's it's
Critical
a
Role.
Critical Role. They videotaped all their D&D campaigns and did
They live
YouTube
streamed
channel.
some-
They
they
live
live
streamed
streamed a
some
lot
of
of it.
them. But this whole series is one of their campaigns.
The first campaign,
Yeah.
the Vox Machina campaign, all of the story came from
Yep.
their D&D game.
Okay.
Yeah, and so all of that.
Once you
exists
get that
on
in
the
your
game.
head, it makes a lot more sense.
So they're only on their 3rd campaign. They've been going for like 15 years.
So we've got a lot more hopefully coming.
And mind you, it's not all the same story.
Who's doing the animation? Who's doing everything on that?
What do you mean?
Is it Critical Role doing all the animation? or-
Critical Role's the company in charge of all of it, but it's
Okay.
going through probably some Korean studios, if I
All
had to guess. Yeah, that's usually where it all goes. Korea or Japan. So that's where all the main American animation studios are. Because it has a lot of similar animation to Avatar and Legend of Korra and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So I don't know if it's actually like Studio
You can
Mirror
see a
or whatever
lot of that-
Studio Mirror became.
You can see a lot of that in Pike. And
Oh,
the
yeah,
gnomes,
100%.
Stuff like that.
100%. That and it's Ashley Johnson plays Pike. So, oh yeah, that's the other thing. The guys who did the game are the voice actors, with the
Really?
exception of like one. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, it's them. They're redoing their same
What
stuff.
goofy bastards out there playing Grog?
I don't know his name. Now, mind you, a couple people played multiple characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good show.
You look lost, buddies.
But so
Oh, yeah.
so that's the thing is that
Check Vox
So when-
Machina on Amazon. You'll love it.
yeah. So when Vox
need the
Machina is
logins.
over,
I
they
just got
have
5.
Mighty 9 is their next section, and then I don't know what the 3rd campaign is called.
Okay.
Now, I don't think it's all in the same universe, but it's all D&D directly related. But it'd be funny if it was like, oh, so we're supposed to do a D&D mini campaign with our buddy Will,
With our
and he has
Offenders
yet.
characters.
Yeah, that is. Well, I don't know if he's going to manage to do that because he hasn't figured out how to make our Offenders characters.
He's got mine figured out.
Kind of.
Yeah.
They don't know about Defenders.
Guests that show up more than two episodes at least, we induct them into the Offenders.
Yeah.
You pick a superpower.
Superpower, and we pick the offset.
Yeah.
Mostly me.
Who was Captain Sweatpants?
That's Sean.
Sean.
Sean's Captain.
Sean's Captain Sweatpants.
No, that wasn't Sean. That was that one guy who wrote in.
Okay.
There was that one guy who wrote in, and I said, "What do you want if you're a superpower?" I forgot what his name was.
Well, that's our
That was Captain
that's our
Sweatpants.
example. Captain Sweatpants, his ability is to fly, but he can only fly if he's erect.
And holding his penis like
Yeah.
a joystick.
Essentially, his flight stick.
So he's Captain Sweatpants because he has to be able to.
Does he actually use it to?
Yes.
Okay.
He pilots his
And if he
flight.
starts losing altitude,
My God.
Yeah. So
More flaps. More
yeah.
flaps.
So
What's happening?
Jeff is the mechanic, so he can see how things work.
similar
and take it
to
apart with his
Dr.
mind.
Manhattan. You see where he's pulling stuff apart and moving
Yeah.
it around and manipulating it.
Yeah.
But the offset,
If he takes something apart, he can't put it back together with his powers. He has to do it manually. But if he does try to use his powers to put something back together or take it apart, the same object, it'll fuck up his brain and he'll forget how to do it entirely.
yeah.
Yeah. Now what's mine?
Fuck.
Do you remember what I know? I remember. I created all this, so I remember it all.
You can summon anything, right?
No, I'm the editor. I can bend reality to my will. However, depending on the thing that I'm going to change or whatever, say I wanted to refill my cup without getting up, I would just and it would fill. Whatever I use my powers for, somebody dies somewhere.
That's a little fucked up.
Yeah, fuck.
So
the
Is
collateral,
this like randomly, or is it just
the body,
somebody
the
somewhere
body,
dies.
the body
Wow.
count goes up with the complexity and cost.
yeah, so if I need to do something really big, more people die. However, if I want to do something, say I need to like I have an enemy and I want to kill him because like okay, ultimate bad guy, I need him to just die. If I do that, someone I love dies. That's the exchange. Now, if I want to bring someone back to life, say like, Jessica dies and I want to bring her back, I give up my life. So ultimately, it's a test of selfishness.
Yeah.
Because at some point, I'm going to become so indifferent to other people's lives, I'm not going to get off the couch to do fucking anything. And just people are dropping dead all over the fucking
It'll just
world.
be summoning pizza.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It's like, the other joke was like, perhaps I'm not creating something new. I'm just stealing it from somewhere else in reality.
Yeah.
So like, I want to drive a Ferrari today. Poop, I make a Ferrari. Somewhere, somebody just fell on the fucking freeway and got run over.
Just
Because
road
I
rash.
because I stole their Ferrari. I'd be like, I'm done with this, and I put it back, and it's right on top of the person.
that became a speed bump?
Yeah, but it's like that's just a joke. It's like I'm technically manipulating reality. I can't really do anything. I'm not God. I'm just basically stealing shit from one place to another.
He's
However-
appropriating.
However, in a situation of say like a house is on fire and I want to save those people, basically the idea would be move them out of it or put the fire out, which I would think would mean the fire goes somewhere. It's like basically law of conservation of matter still exists. It's like whatever I move is coming from somewhere or has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
It can't just be destroyed or created. It's like it's just moving shit from place to place. But that's why it's the editor. I just take reality and make it my own, But what was Sean? Sean was the influencer.
Yes.
Oh, I love Sean's powers. So, say you have an irrational person in front of you. His power is to make them think with logic and reason.
He could get a lot
Except-
done in Congress.
But what's his offset?
I forgot.
God damn, you suck at this.
I know, right?
So, the difference from their irrationality to logic now flips onto him, and he has to embody that negative emotion from there on out. So if he has to make someone super logical, now he becomes a crying bitch for however long it takes. The difference in rationality to irrationality is how long he has to become a mess emotionally.
But at the same time, if he has to amp someone up and make him absolutely psycho, berserker, he just mellows the hell out.
So he takes the offset of whatever the emotional manipulation is.
Which
That's
he
why
could
he's
do
the
a
influencer.
ton of damage and a
Yeah.
ton of focus, influence in a crowd.
So if he wants to calm someone down, he's stuck in a fucking berserker rage for however long that is.
But at the
And
opposite,
he can't deal with it.
if he wants to turn enemy forces against each other, he's just super mellow, dead focused.
Or he's completely bipolar because he's affecting two people at the same time.
Yeah.
He's like, just doesn't know what to do. The idea was like, I created characters for everybody, like using my AI. So his is like a big beardy dude with
That
stuff
works.
flying around him.
Looks good.
But with Sean, he's a like muscle builder and got blonde spiky hair. But I did that, and he's like wearing a tank top, but he's got tears curling down his eye. So it's the whole idea of like influencers on TikTok or on Instagram who will like cry about bullshit to emotionally manipulate their followers into doing shit. Is like that's the whole point.
But yeah, the goal was to hopefully do. I've never played D&D, never ever, and the goal was to film my first campaign using hopefully our offenders characters in the campaign.
I don't even know how we'd manage it.
I'll let Will figure it out. He could
Yeah, well, that was the idea.
if
All
we
right.
can get him off the couch.
Well, he's been working a lot. So either way, let's go ahead and break for now.
We'll come back in the new year
Perhaps
with new drinks.
Yeah, I need new drinks and I need to go to the bathroom.
Same here.
And
Yep.
looks bored.
Second tree to the left.
I mean, there are toilets.
Yeah, but he's going to one. You're going to one. I'm going that way.
Well, just don't pee where people have to stop.
Of course.
Yeah, go
I don't know what you want to do.
I'm going to pee on a gator.
Got to find it first.
One New Year's later.
Okay, listen here, David Draymond. All right, happy fucking New Year, folks.
It is the new year 2025.
Hold
we
on,
just-
you need to calm the fuck down.
No, fucking, I'm in a good mood.
It's the same bullshit New Year, except for Luke. Luke took care of that.
Yeah.
He left his shit in last year.
I hope you flushed.
I would assume he did.
I don't want to clean that up. It's my house.
Well, there was one time I had to go real bad, and I think the toilet stopped, but I made sure I fixed it.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. You know, I don't like shitting.
Shit happens. Yeah.
I don't like shitting at other people's houses if I can help it. I mean, I'll shit anywhere in public, but like go to someone else's house, you got to be a little bit more responsible. It happens. There's shirts about it. Or at least there used to be.
Forrest Gump said it and everything.
Yeah, it's good.
He didn't say it. Someone else did.
Well, there you go.
He just said
No,
it
no,
happened.
no. He said it, and the guy adopted it. He said shit happens. And
No, I
he's
thought he said it happens. And he went, what? Shit?
Yes.
No, yeah.
That's the
You're
line.
correct.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
correct. It happens. And he goes, what? Shit? Yeah.
Yes, sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. This is true. That did happen. So the good thing is, at least being out here in the country, you don't really hear as much bullshit at midnight as like our apartment would right now, because there's neighborhoods on all sides of us.
Right.
Well, it's good that my neighbors aren't even here right now.
Yeah.
The neighbors that are that close.
What was it? 3
Yonder.
years ago, I was working Willis at Ameritex, and at midnight, every single redneck and Mexican out there launched fireworks at the same damn time, and I was surrounded by fireworks for like 15 minutes. It was fantastic.
Those weren't fireworks from the Mexicans.
I didn't catch any fallout.
They,
So.
they sounded the same. I will say, I've out here, like as much fireworks as I've ever done in my life, I've never seen so much shit rain down directly on top.
That's
I don't
because
know-
we did them wrong.
No, I think, no, there's no wind.
There's no wind.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I was like, we were under the covered carport there, and it's just like shit just raining down. Everyone had cardboard and burnt nonsense. And that, like I said, I legit think something fell in my drink because it didn't taste right. After that. I was like, I sucked some pretty good whiskey, some Pendleton whiskey. I'd never tried it. How's your Michelada?
Michelada's fantastic.
Michelada pickle in there.
Yeah, that's good.
Michelada pickle. So technically, the next episode Chad comes on, he'll get inducted. So you got to get 2 episodes in, and then you can be inducted into.
Nice.
So you can think about your superpowers between now and then.
Just remember, we're going to screw
pressure,
with you.
No pressure at all.
Yeah,
You do that anyway. So
that is the point, though. I mean, like, okay, so like, Jordan needs to come back on. Will needs to come back on. So both Jordan and Will have been on before we established the offenders.
Yes.
So they haven't.
Well, Jordan should get inducted anyway. He's been on more than twice.
No, he's only been on twice.
Okay, still, he should jump in.
Because he was on a live stream of mine that had nothing to do with this.
Okay.
So he's our Elvis impersonator friend. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you ever needed an Elvis impersonator, he was actually supposed to be in the Willis Christmas parade, but they canceled it because of the rain.
Mhm.
So he was going to be on a float and everything. It's going to be cool. He's really good. He finally got to see him.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, at the table at Madeley.
At the end, everybody started jumping up and cheering, and
Where's that video?
River got to howling.
Somebody got that on video.
They did?
Yeah, well, you know what? I didn't bother to offload all. I offloaded all the footage, but then I never edited it together.
She turned her head up and just started howling away, and people started looking at her and laughing. Then everybody else started howling.
Well, that's mostly because you pointed out, look what River's doing.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I did.
You tapped me on the shoulder. And then I could hear her.
Yeah.
And then everyone started looking and then also howling along. Either way, it was a good time.
Yeah, silly.
Much like tonight was. Tonight was a good night.
But that was a great night.
We didn't get to bust out the Cards Against Humanity, but that's okay because that is a fucking messed up cleanup.
Yeah.
With that many cards. Another day. So my birthday's coming up in 2 weeks, so we'll probably figure out something to do for that. So that'll be on a Saturday.
All right, sounds good.
So we'll either do it at our place
Early,
or
please. I'm at work at 7.
You have to figure something out. Maybe trade days. I don't know.
You telling me I'm my very oldest one here right now?
By how
You
long?
3.
How old are you?
I'm 44.
Oh, I'm 42. I'll be 42.
40.
Barely. He's the baby.
He's the baby.
Why do we look like shit? And he's like,
Exactly. I don't know.
I look like less shit.
lose more hair, fucker.
No, lose more weight. I'm gonna look great.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that too. I got with Sean the other day to figure out a workout routine.
So
That'll work for me.
Not to fall into the old trope, but any resolutions this year? Now that we're into the new year,
Mine's not a resolution. Mine's a life change. Like I'm just going to fuck. I gotta lose weight no matter what. And the only reason I haven't done it is I've got no one to keep me accountable.
right?
And I was good a couple of years ago till I hurt myself, and then I just let myself go.
See, I can relate to that a little bit. You know, I wouldn't mind having a little bit better self-esteem for myself and going a little bit better and healthy-wise and lose a little bit.
I'll tell
My
you
goal
what.
for 2025 is 240 pounds. That's 55 pounds. I can do that.
Do we need to get on each other for all this?
Well,
Definitely.
I was going to tell you. Well, he does his own thing, but if you're going to come down to do the show, we have the gym right there, and I could use the workout buddy.
Absolutely.
Because he's going to put me on like a 5 day a week program. Obviously, you don't need to do that, but if you're down there and you want to use the gym, you know, obviously we can bring someone in with us. You know, so that's not a big deal. I was talking about doing that with Jordan anyways, but the problem is Jordan's young and actually can do things.
And
it's like I need another
job
old
alone's-
motherfucker to work out with. That's
His
rough.
job alone's trimming him down right now.
A little bit. He's actually doing good. I hadn't heard from him in a couple days, and then he texted me some nonsense the other day. I was like, "Why?"
Well,
Why did
hopefully
you
it
say
gets
that?
to where he's you know,
he was doing real good during the summer when he had his normal work schedule, and then he was going down to the waterway and like doing like 7 or 8 miles on foot, and then working out gym. Problem is he does a bodybuilder workout and then he's doing cardio to lose weight, so he's trying to cut, and he's like in a weird.
you can't do both because if you're stacking muscle, you're not going to see weight loss. That's why I'm not really.
It wasn't a weight problem; it's a fat problem.
I'm not lifting right now. When I get to where I want to be, if I get too light and I'm starting to look too small, then I'll start lifting hard. Start bulking.
We
back
need to be
up.
lifting anyways.
True.
Yeah, it's like it's just
Shut up.
No, I mean it's something. No, I mean like that's. I mean I'm saying that to myself too. Is like basically it's good for living longer. Like I'm watching my dad deteriorate right now at fucking at 92 now, or will be 92 next year, and because he doesn't lift anything anymore. You know, like he used to work out in the yard and always building some shit, and like he's not been allowed near any equipment or do anything, and he's literally just wasting away. You know, and that's the main thing for keeping men in somewhat decent shape and keeping testosterone and everything up is, frankly, just lift heavy things.
Doing
Movement.
something.
Lift, no, not just movement. Lift heavy things.
Well,
because it's better
there's
for
a
your
lot of
bones,
people
better
that
for your heart.
really push that you can lose weight by lifting.
Yeah,
A little bit of cardio for a warm up, lift, and you will drop weight.
yeah, because it kicks up the testosterone and boosts your metabolism. Pretty basic. Because like the big thing for me was I could keep the weight off when I was still massively active at my job. Like I ate like a fucking pig, drank at least 3 to 4 nights a week. You know, we're going down to Flying Saucer all the fucking time, drinking heavily down there and having beer nights on Saturdays. And I stayed at fucking 250 for 6 years, no matter what I did, because that's just how rough my job was. And then as soon as I got hurt and I stopped doing that shit, fucking just packed on like 50 pounds. It was ridiculous. And I've been there forever, you know.
Mine was driving for a living, just not doing anything.
Same thing, basically sitting all day. That's where the gut comes from.
Yep.
It's fucking annoying.
What do you think I do? I have my own company. I sit on my ass all the damn time.
But you
Yeah,
go
but you
outside,
get up-
you
but you
apply
get up to
things,
do
you do
things.
That
stuff.
doesn't mean a whole lot of it. Yeah, whatever.
But occasionally you have to go outside and put things on a truck.
Yeah.
You know,
eventually.
the biggest change for me, the only thing that made me lose weight was the intermittent fasting, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm working on that too.
See, I did well for about 6 months that I hurt my knee, and then
Yeah.
from then on, I kind of
Yeah, my joints finally stopped hurting. I went to the gym with Amy and I pushed way too hard, way too fast, way too much.
Yeah.
And every joint, arms, knees, shoulders, everything just swole up.
Yeah. I was going to say.
It's like, fuck you, 40.
Yeah.
Just wait another few more years, okay?
No. Fuck you, 40. No, what I was going to say is I'm on the 2nd year anniversary of not falling down the stairs.
Yo! Fucking gravity.
You want to see the bruise on my butt from falling down the stairs?
Yes.
I
Yes,
don't.
we do.
No, I mean, maybe, but no, like, oh,
That's what old gets. Yeah, I fell down the
Sorry,
stairs.
I just realized I need to kill that.
Or the
mic.
mystery bruises.
I had a
No.
big old bruise on my ass.
Or how do you get a sports injury in your sleep?
I did it in my
Oh, I
did it
got a
outside.
hernia.
I fell downstairs.
I woke up with
the
a
big
hernia.
stairs.
Yes.
No. I woke
At
up
least
with
it
a
wasn't a
hernia as a
spiral.
kid.
No. I was outside after it rained. I was barefoot with the dogs. And I took a step. And
Yeah, but
there
you got
she
wooden
went.
steps.
Gravity
slip.
works.
Yeah, the first thing it hit was my ass.
No. 2 years ago, I was leaving for work, got to the second to the last step, missed the step, went knees into the concrete at full weight. And here's and I talked about it on the podcast. Like my feet went under, my toes hit straight down, so my feet went under me. I was at the bottom, so there was no handrail, so I literally did a swan dive straight into the concrete, knees first, full weight, full bend.
Did you give the fat guy a hurt noise? Oh!
Once I caught my breath eventually. But here's the thing is like I had my phone in one hand and my keys in the other. And luckily my phone didn't go very far, but my keys went flying into the fucking grass. You know, the little patch of grass right there in front of the stairs. And so like I popped up immediately, went and grabbed my keys and then sat down on the bottom of the stairs, tried to catch my breath. I tried to make sure I could even fucking function because I had no idea what just happened. I
That was
looked
the
down.
sound
and
of
see
your
the
shirt
blood.
hitting the ground with you still in it.
Yeah. No, my chest didn't hit. I caught myself this way.
Oh, that's a good way to break something.
Yeah, but I mean, my knees had taken the full brunt at that point. So it was like slow move to catch my hands. Mind you, it was still hurt on the concrete, but my knees did all the fucking impact.
Crunchy.
Like all 300 pounds of me onto both knees.
See, my thing is with the fact that when I fell,
Yeah.
the best way to describe how I did it was, you know, the cartoons and the movies and everything, where
Yep.
you slip and all of a sudden you see your shoes fly up in the air and everything. That was me. The first thing that hit was my ass.
Your fourth point
I mean,
of contact.
and I hit and fell all the way down.
I mean,
It's after it rained, so I got up.
Fucking
After,
Looney Tune shit.
Yeah.
yes, it's after it
and then
rained.
you couldn't straighten up.
No, I couldn't. I was like,
Yeah.
oh crap! And I hit.
So I
My dogs
technically-
were laughing.
How long
at me.
ago was this?
God, 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Ouch.
Okay, that still hurts, yeah.
That just hurts to sit.
So, I mean, technically, I could beat that for a ass fall. When I worked at Walmart doing the oil change, I fell into the oil change pit.
Oh, God.
No, I fell into the oil change pit directly onto my ass.
God.
Like 6 foot drop, folded in half, straight onto the metal grate, right on my tailbone. I almost passed out because it pushed all the air out of me. And like, I mean, I've done what you did at work, mind you.
Someone else's stairs.
Someone else's stairs. But I've also done the trick.
On the ring cam.
I've done no. No. But back in my pizza delivery days, I tripped going up the stairs. Like so, the road was here, then there was stairs, sidewalk, stairs up to the house.
So your head knocked on the door?
No, here's the funny part. So I got the pizza out of my car. I tripped on the second step, and I did like the fucking waiter thing.
You saved the pie?
Pizza straight out like this. Well, I hate that there's no camera for this. Pizza straight out like this. Me bent over at a 90-degree angle, all the way up the stairs. I did not fall, but I got to the door, and I'm like this. I'm like, I can't fucking.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that's a butt.
That is a boot.
And that's not even developed. This is like day 2.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
It
Oh.
probably was all
So,
ass.
It was the whole thing.
I mean, look, this is.
I'm sorry, showing
hold
my
on.
ass and everything.
Look.
Yeah, my God, that's terrible.
No, that's after 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes.
No.
That bruising is 10 minutes
Yeah.
after I did it. But so I called Jessica and I said, "Baby, I just fell down the stairs. I need you to come down here and get me." And then I called my boss. I said, "Hey, I'm not coming into work today. I just fell down the stairs. I don't even know if I can walk." And it's like, "Oh my God, are you?" It's like, I will call back later to let you know if I'm okay. Right now, I'm fucked.
He said, "Help!"
Yeah, this was when was this? I mean, I still have
By the way,
bruising.
what's funny is, like I said, this was 2 years ago, right? On New Year's Eve. This morning, I saw the picture. I walked out my door. You know where the stairs are. I locked the door and I turned to head towards the stairs, and my knees went like just a little twinge, like they knew. And even last year, when I got down to the bottom flight of stairs, I had my hand on the rail the whole time. I was like, I'm not fucking doing this again, because it legit took about 8 weeks for my right knee to be good.
I've only fallen down
It was
one set
so
of stairs,
fucking bad.
but it was in front of everybody at Thanksgiving before we remodeled the farm.
Okay. Short flight of stairs though, like
Short
little
wooden,
off the stair.
but I slipped on basically a slick wooden board,
Yeah.
fell down, turned around, saw everybody staring at me, took a bow.
No, like just basic wet wood stairs is great, but when it's like been like mossed over,
Yep.
combined with ice.
Oh, I've been there.
That was a fun one. Mind you, I didn't fall all the way, but I came down those stairs
Ice.
really fast. I did the Looney Tunes thing all the way down. Like every step, like none of them had grip. It's like, how did I come up these stairs? It's just like, it's just up
Freaking-
to a porch, right? And it was just, it's like, I
Ice
get down
almost-
to the bottom and I'm like,
Dude,
nobody saw that. Okay,
ice
good.
almost got me hurt bad.
Oh,
We were in Afghanistan. It was winter, snowy as
I was
shit.
about to say there's no ice, but never.
Lots of ice, 7,500 feet up in the Himalayas. And
Is that the Himalayas?
Himalayas, foothills. But surrounded us were 20,000-foot mountains with snow-capped peaks all year. But we were cleaning up the yard after downloading a bunch of C-130s. We had a bunch of those Air Force Palaces, big aluminum ones.
How about I just break things?
And they were nasty, had snow stacked up on them. And I was crossing in front of the guy, fellow operating the forklift. The ground got him in, and I slipped. He jammed on the brakes. 4 pallets come sliding right off at me. I throw up an
Catch
arm.
him. Catch it, Jeff.
I threw up an arm, caught it. It spun me out of the way.
Yeah, you're like, stop, and then it goes,
And
no.
I hear Thompson. I go, not dead.
Oh, I didn't realize how far I am away from the Wi-Fi. No wonder. I was like wondering why it was going so slow.
But holy crap! I bought a set of crampons after that. The thing just pull over your boots, keep them from slipping. We're in Texas. You don't know what crampons are.
Never heard this.
They're slinky-looking things with spikes and springs underneath to give you traction on
Yeah,
ice.
this is the first time I've heard of it too. So I don't,
Yeah, no,
I wasn't
this
sure where
is
he was
a
going
you
with it.
thing, not an us
No,
thing.
that's the thing. I complained about it to my dad
You're not-
so much. He sent me a pair.
You're not the only one to give him the weird look because I had no idea where it's
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure those are just snow chains for your feet.
That's exactly what they are. Made a world of difference.
I was trying to see if I had the pictures from. Oh, that's right. 2022, coming off the tail end of COVID, like nobody wanted to hang out. Nobody invited us to parties. So we went over to the fucking firm and we're playing cards and drinking mead.
There you go.
That was a sad fucking New Year's. Like, it was just me and Jessica. I don't have
We
problems.
had a good New Year's this year.
That's been a good year. Oh, yeah, we played some Battleship. When's the last time you fucking played Well, you got kids. But Battleship.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had the Battleship. I can't find it now.
It's in the house somewhere. It's like right here. That'd be hilarious if it was like right here.
Uh-huh.
You didn't even realize it.
It's probably not
All right, boys, but this has been fun.
Yes, it has.
It's been a damn good time. We've got certain parties ready to go home.
Most of the wife-shaped ones.
Yeah. I'd be happy to hang out here and get hammered, but
I don't need to get hammered, but I just want to.
I don't want to experience a bad hangover at 40 because the ones in my 30s were rough enough.
Dude, the amount of whiskey I've drinking tonight, and I'm not even buzzed,
Yep.
is a testament
Well,
to
we
the amount of
spaced 'em out.
pizza I've eaten.
Yeah, I finished my bottle mixture 1835.
Double cherry,
Yes.
very
It's
good.
I will say that the one I brought was fucking nice. I'm gonna
I've
give
gone
it
through
a shot.
about, I don't know, almost an 18-pack of Tecate.
That's a lot. That's just a lot in volume.
I know, I'm sloshing around like a keg right now.
I can see that. You are full keg belly.
Thought you lost weight. Yeah, but I got full.
Be careful who's going to tap that. Yeah.
Let's not talk about tapping that. Fucking A. Oh, there's my glasses. No wonder I'm blind. There's my New Year's resolution.
But we do
get
want to
better
thank you for
resolution the next
we do want to thank you, Chad, for letting us use your house,
Oh, you're welcome.
letting us set up and hang out, have a good party with all our friends. It's been too long since we've had everybody out again.
That's fun.
It's fun. Yes, very much.
But I don't see me getting any less busy. We're talking with a couple clients. I know we may be taking on more work, hiring some people. So I think 2025 is going to be nonstop go.
We'll have to hang out with Adam. It's like this, we all took like this 6-month break while you were working your ass off, and we're just sitting around bored on a Saturday night. We're just like, wait, why are we waiting?
This
on
summer-
Call me up. Let me know what's going on.
This summer,
Yeah.
this summer when the kids are out of
If
school,
only we had a way for all of us to communicate in one time and place.
we'll start doing Tuesday dinners again every once or twice a month.
Okay.
Because I miss cooking for everybody. I really do.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out something because we never have anybody over really, and we are getting a table this year for.
A table.
Yeah,
It's not plastic.
Well, it might be plastic. I mean, our living room area is small, but like we could get a fucking okay sized table in there to fucking hang out with people again. You
Right.
know? I mean, worst case scenario, put a fucking thing over the plastic table and
Make it
just use the
pretty.
fucking thing. We've been in this apartment for 2.5 years and still don't have a fucking table, like
Mhm.
dining table. Just never got around to it.
They eat like bachelors on the couch, you know.
Yeah. So or at the
Fat guy tray table.
Get like a 4x4 table.
I
round?
think it's got to be round. Be the best option. If we can do round with a leaf in it to
Yeah.
extend it, that's basically it. It's just finding one that's decent. We've already had the arguments and fights and
No, it's finding ones that you like that are ones that are priced decently.
yeah.
that's the
the,
hard part.
the problem was we found
The-
price.
The really cool ones are expensive as shit.
No shit.
Yeah, don't need cool. I need one that works,
It's
and I need one.
functional.
And I don't want the high top. So they're like, well, we can get the high top one in this size.
And you need to make
at
sure
this
it's you
price.
rated.
What?
Make sure it's rated for you.
I don't know if this is a fat or a short joke.
Yeah, fat, definitely fat.
Well, I hope the table is rated for me.
No, trust me, I've
I'm
broken
not sitting on the table very often.
the chairs that go with it.
Oh, I will say, like, I gotta fix the fucking leg on that stool after that fucking last taste test video.
I
we
broke
did.
a chair. I was at my best friend's house.
You didn't have
His wife hands me some baked ziti to try, and I sit down, take a couple bites, and the whole chair just collapses.
to. Come say hi, Jenna.
Ziti ends up on the ceiling, ends up on the wall, ends up on the back of the chair, and none of it ends up on me.
Yeah.
Hey, walking in to join us is Jenna.
We're wrapping up here. You can say hi. Pull the mic
Pull
towards
the mic in front of you, talking to it.
even though you're all shy and shit.
Hello.
Like,
Hi.
This is my stepdaughter.
that like barely registered.
What are y'all talking about?
Well, right now we were talking about.
We're talking about him being fat.
Oh, okay.
Well, first of all, we were talking about you breaking a chair.
Well, I did that at Christmas.
You did?
Yes.
Called him fat.
I would do that to his face. No, I'm just kidding.
Brave man.
We're sitting.
Fat fuck.
We're passing out presents. I'm sitting in an old chair. I leaned
fuck,
back,
babe.
and the whole thing just gave way. So I was like, I need to get out of this.
It happened to me at church.
Oh,
So like we had because I'm part of the setup crew and I run the soundboard like once a month. So we set up all the chairs and everything in the community center. It's all their stuff, right? Because except for the sound equipment,
Spirit moved him.
and it's well, luckily no.
And the earth shook.
So the same guy I got the Astros ring from.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here talking with him, and I had been sitting. I'd been sitting in a chair in front of him, and then I turned it around because we're about to start church, and I sat in it again, and the tiny little weld on the thing just went snap, and it just fell out from under me in front of everyone. I'm just like, oh, that's great for my self-esteem.
Smile and wave.
Just fat stuff here. How was your 2024, Jenna?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Really sitting better than everybody else. You're doing good.
Yeah, I failed algebra.
I don't blame you. Algebra sucks. I failed algebra, almost failed algebra 2.
Oh, sorry, algebra 2. That's what I meant.
Algebra 2
My bad.
sucked. If it wasn't for my friend Bill being there that we all cheated off of openly because our teacher would leave the room during tests, so we all just cheated off of Bill because he's the only one who understood it, I would have failed algebra 2.
I tried to cheat off Adam, but he's like right in front of me, so it doesn't work very well.
Try harder.
I think he gets. He puts the wrong answers.
How does he
so
put the wrong answers? But he's doing better than you.
this
Because she
guy.
puts wronger answers. Less wrong
That's
answers.
okay. You got new
Clearly.
year, new semester. You can get it up. You're good.
Locked in this year. Yeah.
High
There you
school's
go.
hard. I couldn't even imagine
Mr.
trying
Cole's
to do it
not ready.
now. It was hard enough when we
no.
did it.
I would have done
I don't have
exactly not show up half the time. Yeah.
True. True. That's why you went in the military.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you didn't have to go to school anymore.
Yeah, I did it in college and I didn't like it either. So
Yeah, I didn't make it last that very long in college either. That's why I went into auto tech.
Oh, I
yeah,
told
I graduated, but I still didn't like it.
I told
I didn't
Dad
do that.
as soon as I graduated, I said, Dad, I'm not going to college. I'll screw it off, waste your money. I'm not doing that.
I had like 83 credits and couldn't graduate because nothing went together. I had shit over here, nothing. It's like technically I could have got my automotive, not degree, but I could have got the certificate for the amount of shit I'd got done. Wouldn't have counted towards anything, but I would have had it. But if I'd just gone for another 12 credits, I would have got my degree in auto tech. And I said, I'm done with school. I'm going to go work at Walmart. Actually, no. By the time I finished school,
High hopes with that one.
no, actually, no. I was because I was doing auto tech and working in the automotive department at Walmart, so I was getting whatever. No, I just wanted to make her feel awkward. That's the whole point. That's why it's an awkward podcast. You know, that's the whole point. Just
She
get-
got nosy.
yeah, that's what you get for popping in here, seeing what was going on.
But you're not seeing.
Bunch of old guys talking about old guy shit.
Falling downstairs mostly.
Yeah, yeah.
We just had a 10-minute conversation about falling downstairs.
Our woes with gravity.
We're gravitationally challenged. Yeah. But anyway, we're trying to wrap up.
We're trying to
so that
wrap
Jessica
up.
doesn't
Sitting
murder
down
me.
right now is my wife. Say hi. Amy.
Hi, Miss Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me on.
And with that, no. Let's wrap it up. Well, okay, so yeah, it is 2025. Hopefully this year will be a thing that happens.
Right. It will happen.
It's just
Whether we like it or not, it's gonna
Dude,
happen.
look,
the
it's
next,
gonna
this next year is going to be really interesting.
no shit show is what we're gonna have. 2025 is gonna be an utter shit show.
We'll have
And then
lots to talk
2026 will hopefully level out.
Why do you think 2025 should be a shit show?
A lot of the stuff we talked about earlier when you were in.
It's
here.
going to be a
damn.
nut
It's
house.
going to be a shit show.
Okay.
It's going.
You're probably
It's
right.
not going to be 2020 shit show,
Oh,
but it's going to
good.
be a new type.
A new flavor of shit. Excellent.
Yeah, we've got a new flavor of shit sandwich. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to all eat it,
Yay.
and
This
unfortunately,
one's Taco Bell based.
because back in the day we
Whipped
didn't
cream on
also
the
have
same old shit pie.
we had a civil war, but we didn't have World War III at the same time. Now we do. So 2025 will be interesting
Maybe.
because they're trying so hard to make World War III happen.
Yep.
It's like even Biden, I think, did some shit today. You're just like, oh wait, I think he just gave another $2 billion something to Ukraine again.
Oh, good God.
It's like on the way out. It's like, hey, here's just the rest of
Here's
it.
some
Stop
more money.
doing. Just disappear again, please.
Watch, he's gonna get magically better as soon as he's not.
Oh, of
president.
course.
Biden 7 is gonna be amazing. Number 7. Either way, so we got to wrap this up. You said so we all kind of want to do the weight loss thing. Is there anything else you would like to accomplish?
That's my primary goal.
Let's not call it a resolution. Is there anything else you'd like to accomplish?
I'd like to see my business take off, expand.
Okay,
That's a major thing we'll be working on.
that's a good thing.
Well, it's the same here with me too. And hopefully, I am actually going to expand a little bit more with Amy sitting.
Yep,
here.
would
That's
love
my
to
pleasure.
see that happen.
So, get her on and go forward and do much better.
Yes,
Take some things off my hands.
there you go.
Right, free you up to do more stuff or do less stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope
more
my
stuff or
current
less stuff?
employers aren't listening.
Nobody's listening about anything.
we have an average of 14 downloads a week.
28.
The chances of them listening are astronomical.
Also, no last names.
True.
It's true.
Well, unless you say them.
I might have.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
I'll probably remove it.
Go ahead.
I'll have to remember where it was. Because a lot of times if there's screw ups and things I need to remove, I make notes. But there's no computer in front of me, so I can't do that. So I'll just have to. I'm gonna have to listen through this one because I don't even remember everything that was said, and we got 7 different recordings to go through, so it should be fun.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Also, editing Actually, editing only audio will be a different.
It'll be different.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. For me, I want to continue this, get better at doing this,
Get a table.
get more equipment to improve quality of the podcast. Odds are I couldn't hear the background stuff. But yeah, we're still working on the having a kid thing. So
I hope that happens, man. That'd be
we're
great.
going to see
2025.
where that goes in 2025 because we might have to explore.
Well, hopefully you know where it
options.
goes.
It's been a minute. I don't know.
Sorry.
Well, dude, if
I
all
hate
the-
that it took me a minute to understand what he said. I was just like,
I
okay.
hope you know where it goes.
It's sad my 12-year-old.
Would you like to tell me?
No.
Do you have diagrams?
No.
Helpful videos.
I'm a
When in doubt,
Grab
the
designer, but I'm not gonna
love
give you
each
that for
other
you, sorry.
very much. Actually, I have the book.
No.
I have the
No.
book.
Which book? There's a lot.
Um,
Oh, I like how I always forget where you keep your phone. So why are you reaching into your magical pocket?
my boob pocket.
Magical shirt pocket.
Well, let's send this baby home and get.
Yes, we're
cleaned
gonna
up,
do that. All right, so
Hold on. I got to see what
Chad's
this book is called.
Chad's wiping his nose.
Yes, sorry.
Nice.
Sinuses suck.
They do, but you need them, unfortunately. Whose hoodie is that?
Mine.
Oh,
All right.
I was like, I just noticed it. There's random jackets and stuff all over the room.
Well, I'm glad you found it because I probably would have been looking for that. I'm like, where the hell is that?
You're like, where the hell did I leave my hoodie?
I'd have been pissed.
Yeah, that's
Brother, let's put a pin in it. Say goodbye.
Oh, wait. Here's one of the illustrations for it.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
That's that one we found in my mom's collection when we were going through.
You didn't show Chad, but for
Oh,
good
yeah.
reason.
Here you go. Sorry, Chad.
It's just a.
Look, I don't know why
What is
these
it called?
people.
It's called.
Look, who's been watching my bedroom?
They are shorter, round people.
No,
Oh, wait.
That's the name of the book.
Oh, God.
There's another.
What the fuck? No.
That was your mom's.
My mom.
Okay, yeah, on that note, we definitely have to fucking go. So, Chad, you're new here. So what we do is I say, and with that, and then we do a simultaneous K bye. All right? So, and with that,
Okay, bye.
bye.